Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. Grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah.
Jai Jingengra Moka Bhayang Moka Bang. Very warm welcome to you, Moka Bhayang Moka Bang, to a brand new live stream. आप सभी का स्वागत है ब्रांड न्यू लाइव स्ट्रीम में। सभी का स्वागत है ब्रांड न्यू लाइव स्ट्रीम में। टुडे इज 22 अप्रैल 2023 है कि नहीं, है ना। आज थोड़ा मैच अपन आज गेम थोड़ा बाद में खेलेंगे बिकॉज टुडे इज यू नो टूर्नामेंट ऑफ टुडेज वॉच पार्टी सम। अगर मैं आपको सिंपल सा बताऊं तो वी आर डूइंग सम मस्क वी आर डूइंग सम वॉच पार्टी। और आज है ग्लोबल ई स्पोर्ट्स वर्सेस PRX। लेट्स गो। और अपने रोसी भैया भी खेल रहे, तो मचा गालेंगे। बोले को क्या बोलते हो, फुल हैकिंग ही, हाँ फुल मचा गालेंगे ब्रो, फुल मचा गालेंगे। 2 विन 2 लॉस। चलो आपको दिखा के उसका गेम स्ट्रीम पे देगा और आपको दिखाते हैं कि क्या विंडो कैप्चर। विंडो कैप्चर में आ क्यों नहीं रहा? अब आएगा। तो ये है फुल जो हम बात कर रहे हैं। This what I am talking about. TRX versus Global Esports. Are you guys excited or not? Just tell me. Are you guys excited or not?
Playoffs just yet, right?
Yeah.
They do still need to secure their wins, and we were looking at the stats. Global Esports continue to have excellent performance in the pistol wins for one.
Yeah, I think that was actually off. I think they have 60%. And if you look at
So even
if you look
higher.
at lock-in, it's
Well, then
obviously
it's
even
higher.
higher.
Yeah.
Then it's 18 and 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
Since this roster has been formed, which is an incredible stat. And they're going up against a team that has an abysmal pistol round win rate, 39%. 8th place,
true.
that is not good. And PaperX cannot afford to have these slow starts to these maps. They need to be able to win the pistol and carry that momentum forward to have strong halves.
Well, this is a team that I think all of us have mentioned as well whenever we got a chance to cast them is PaperX, even when they win, they don't win very cleanly, right? It's off of these skirmishes, you know, they're dropping a lot of weapons, etc. Sure, they can chain their wins to eventually bank up that credit, but if the match gets a little close, those pistol rounds, you're going to wish you won them earlier.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen it so many times where teams just struggle to get these and they might be still winning the maps, but it's like, okay, well, you've made things so much more difficult for yourself by not being consistent at all when it comes down to pistol round wins. I mean, it's one of the things that plague Vision Strikers and to a certain extent is kind of plaguing DRX at the moment. Well, they haven't been nearly as dominant in pistol round wins. I'm looking at it 43.8% for them. So it's not like they're that much higher above PaperX at the moment.
Sure.
So you are definitely exacerbating things for yourself by not getting those initial wins.
Yeah, and now to take a closer look at these teams as well. I mean, we've talked overall about kind of what this roster might mean for both teams, but Tasteless, we've been keeping our eye on certain players throughout Pacific so far, and especially in Global Esports, Monette has been standing out for them.
Monette has been playing out of his mind, fragging like crazy, getting 39 kills, actually making a record here for LAN. And, you know, you compare him to Mindfreak. Mindfreak is a player that we had very high expectations coming into this. His clutch percentage has not been stellar. And to be honest, he's sort of underperformed. Now, that doesn't mean that he can't find his second wind or start to recover as we move forward here, but it's going to be very interesting comparing these players.
Yeah, I mean, Mindfreak is a player that has heavy expectations on because he has shown that he can be the one who's very much dictating the pace of a round, that he can be that clutch master weaving in and out of his smokes, but we just haven't really seen that from him so far here in Pacific. He's had maybe one good series where he's up near the top of the standings for his squad, but widely he has
Let's go re.
कैसे बोल रहे हो? Let's go re. It's been very much, you know, the Jing and Forsaken show. As we'll see, you know, a couple of moments here and there, but it's just not been the same performance that we've come to expect from him, nor, you know, not just to isolate him, nor from anybody really on PaperX. But Monette, on the other hand, was a player that had fairly lower expectations coming in, swapping over to playing controller after being a Jet main, and it just is clearly that he went to the same school as Mako, because the guys learned how to frag out of control while just dominating the map. An ace to start in that pistol round here on Split versus Talon. It just really set the stage for it, and he just continued to have, you know, just highlight after highlight after highlight at every twist and turn. Clearly, when it comes down to Split in particular, the guy's right at home. So if I'm PaperX, I'm probably looking to take that out of the pool.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I think for Monette is that he didn't really have a chance to shine at an international spotlight so far, and now coming in as an Indonesian player into VCT Pacific alongside the likes of Mindfreak, who had such a high reputation, you know, even going to Masters Copenhagen, and then saying, you know what, I used to be a Jet main, I'm now a controller, and I'm here to take your spot, you know, in that international spotlight of controllers that we deem stars, is quite a daunting task, but he's doing very well of.
Yeah, he's shown up, and we always get a player like this that maybe isn't battle-tested, and it turns out they perform extremely well under that kind of pressure. Also, you know, looking at Mindfreak, he didn't have any clutches last week. He seemed to have these moments where he had an opportunity to maybe deliver, to come through and crush, and he wasn't able to do that. So hopefully, coming into this is going to be an opportunity to prove that, and not a pattern that's going to continue to repeat itself on week after week after week.
Yeah, we need to be seeing that impact from him. I think that it was versus DRX. If you went back and looked at one of the maps, his average damage per round, it was less than 60 across the map. And it's just, you can't really afford to have that be happening. You're not necessarily pulling your weight. I mean, obviously, you know, he's still setting up smokes and whatnot, but when you do get into that position, when you're Mindfreak, we do expect you to be able to perform, to be able to put up those frags, to be able to find those kills, shut down those site takes, and, you know, have yourself be involved in the firefights when they actually do break out on your site. So I'm hoping that we see a reinvigorated Mindfreak here today, because again, I don't mean to talk the guy down so much. It's just disappointing to not see the same level that we have seen from him in the past, because we know that if he's doing that, if the rest of Paper X are living up to those levels, they can be that team that pushes other international competition to the very limits, that can make grand finals, that can potentially become crowned champions and be the best in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest thing I want to drive home, is the fact that we're all saying this because there is a case where he has done it, right? So we know it can be done, that he can really kind of support the team even when they look like they might be down. He's the one who reinvigorates them and is able to bring Paper X to the forefront right now. The team overall, seems to be still figuring stuff out, and Mindfreak's right there in the middle of it, where he's also not able to perform to the level that we've seen him do before. So with all this said and done, of course, the most important thing that perhaps maybe not everyone is interested in, but we're interested in, is our own predictions here for the match. Now, theory would say that just given history, Paper X should be favored, but Achilles and I are going for global esports. We'll hear the minority first here. What do you think here?
Look, I am a little bit surprised by the picks. The lineup, I should say, here for Paper X. I do think they wouldn't do this unless they thought this was their best option to win. I think we're too deep in the tournament to be trying to lab things out and experiment. Yeah, I mean, I still think Paper X can take it. We're going to see as well if they're going to obviously lean into that very aggressive style. I guess if we have too many ego peaks from them and they overextend a little bit, that's going to be a problem. But I think if they can do what they've already done, they can take
Still
it.
doable.
Yeah.
Still doable. All right, W Gaming. What about you, Achilles?
I mean, again, I think for me, given what we've seen from Global, given the level of competition they've shown against really stiff opposition, I think that they should be well suited to handle Paper X. Aaron has really great reads on what his opponents are looking to do. I mean, the fact that he was able to get a read on DRX and be able to push them into that 17-15 overtime on Split, it shows me that he's really got his head in a great space. He's really able to download his opponents, and I think that he's going to be able to do that a bit here with Paper X, especially if they're going to go full chaos gaming. I think he should be able to pilot the team through that chaos, bring them out the opposite side, and be able to find the win, especially when it comes down to the defending side where he's most comfortable. I've just seen a bit more from Global, and I think that with this curveball being thrown, obviously this either goes one of two ways. It's either going to be, okay, CGRS comes in, he brings something new that none of us were anticipating, that Global weren't ready for, and it catches them off guard and it helps them get a win, or it's going to fall flat. I think that that's basically the two scenarios that are laid out. For
Feast or famine,
sake, I hope that it's the former, but I'm going to be anticipating it to be the latter, because how much time have they really had to prep this? Because they have been undergoing so many changes. Something coming in just before the signing window had closed. They get him now over to Korea. They start scrimming with him. How much scrim time have they had with CGRS? I don't know.
Right. I mean, that's the big question, right? Obviously, he's been with the roster a bit longer than something, but how much was he really part of that core idea? Now, before we jump in, we have just a little bit more time. I want to ask you as well, Tasteless, in terms of curveballs, right? I mean, how much do you think that really affects players going on stage? I mean, do you think if you're Global Esports, are you kind of thrown off by this, or do you just say, hey, it's still Valorant, we just play our own game?
I would be a little bit caught off guard. I don't think it's going to throw them off so much they can't play their own game. And I think if Paper X fails here, it's going to show they really don't know what lineup is working for them. It's going to be a tumultuous rest of the tournament. Now, if they come out and they perform very well, then obviously they're just showing that they can kind of open up the dashboard, tune the dials a little bit, and fix whatever issues they're having. But again, if it doesn't work, it's going to be disastrous for them.
All right, well, kind of a do-or-die mission here for both teams. Global Esports, they absolutely need the win if they want to keep their hopes alive for playoffs. Meanwhile, Paper Rex, it's more about kind of living up to the recognition that the fans have given them so far and their reputation. Of course, for all things more VCT Pacific, you can follow us on all the channels you see down below. And right now, we're going to get ready to kick off Week 5 of VCT Pacific. It's going to be Paper Rex going up against Global Esports.
Now let's go start होगा. अभी ये साला पूरा क्यों है? ये क्या हो गया? पता नहीं क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं। यार
Kicking off week 5 of Valorant Champions Tour Pacific 2023, it is going to be Paper Rex going up against Global Esports. We kick things off on stage with Forsaken and Monyet.
Monyet, I mean, again, one of the players that we just highlighted is always worth talking about. This guy's made such a name for himself and continues to kind of carry on the M
Bazi or Mindfreak.
controller players just kind of dominating.
Entry guys,
We're looking for
entry.
Mindfreak again to step up and have that impact. Bazi on the opposite side, somebody who had an immense amount of impact in Global's first victory just last week, looking incredible, but we get our first look here at the YouTuber extraordinaire, CTRS.
I mean, he's
Looking
got
around for him.
oh, he's trying to find a spot. He doesn't know.
Where do I go? It's my first time up here.
I mean, it's his first time. Yeah.
He's having fun up there. That's good to see. Again, we were wondering how exactly is this guy going to perform. And sometimes you can look at somebody walk on stage and maybe get a feel for where they're at. But it does seem like overall, all the players on both these teams have gotten pretty well acclimated. We see something coming out as well, along with SK Rossi. This is going to be an interesting match. Again, when this thing starts, I've got my eyeballs on CGRS. I want to see how he performs. Does he look shaky? Is he all right? Is he overextended?
Yes,
is he
bro.
communicating well? Because if he is, then we go, okay,
Yes,
there it is. That's why he's brought in.
Yeah, my biggest concern is obviously this.
Check में लिख दो रे guys. G go. G fighting boys.
Onto the stage, that's when things can go awry. That's when it doesn't always live up to
Russell.
the potential that you have seen
Let's
in
get
script.
Rossi,
So hoping
aye.
that CGRS comes out here, prepared at home, but very much feels.
I'm very excited
It's gonna be
कि
on the
ये
rest
मैच
of the
कैसा
players
जाएगा.
involved in
Let's
Dallas
see.
here to make sure that he is feeling that way, because
आयुष
this
भाई
is
आप
gonna be
बताइए
a lot of pressure
आप
for somebody
एक्साइटेड
who's
हो
in
कि नहीं हो.
not
आज
necessarily
रोसी
being
भाई
known
फॉर्म
for
में है.
being a
सही
competitive
है
player,
आज
more
रोसी
so
भाई
for
फॉर्म
his
में है.
content
बचाएंगे
creation,
रोसी भाई.
that kind of thing. So really looking forward to seeing how acclimated he is.
And look, it's important to remember that while content creation
Full
and
match time.
streaming, yeah, you are performing in a certain way. You're on camera. You're putting yourself out there. It is different than being on a stage like this with a live audience, with the pressures really on. Not just to have something. How do I say? You have to play perfectly. If you fail, you really do fall flat on your face. So
Yeah, there's no going back, right?
Exactly. There's no rewind. There's no edit button. There's nothing like that. So this is going to be a fun moment. And hey, if he can do that, that's going to be amazing there for Paper X.
Sure, and I think that the thing that would be
क्या
even
लगता है
more
फर्स्ट मैच
impressive
कौन
to
जीतेगा?
whoever the hell
फर्स्ट
is
मैप
gonna
कौन
be
सा होगा
calling
मतलब
during this-
जी
during
कौन
this
सा मैप
first map,
सेलेक्ट
because,
करेंगे?
again, we don't really know. We'll have to talk to the team and kind of get
Walk मैप
some feedback on who is actually going to
Nice.
be IGLing during this map, because right now it's very much up in the air. My assumption would be
I
Mindfreak,
thought
given,
जी जो
like,
फर्स्ट मैप
overall
सेलेक्ट
trying to
करेगी
take
वो
the lead.
होगा
Perhaps it's going to be him.
Could be
maybe
Buying.
Forsaken is playing, the Sentinels still,
It
yeah.
could be,
अच्छा
but I
हैविंग
think you're
बैंग हो
anticipating
गया.
it's gonna be one of the
ओके
veterans
PRX ने हैविंग बैंग
rather
किया है.
than CGRS
Nice.
in something. But if it turns out
जी
to be
ने
the case
फ्रैक्चर
that
बैंग
it is
किया
the
है.
core, it's a
ओके
shared effort and, something in CGRS
First
are
pick
very much
किसका आएगा?
contributing to the shot calling, then I'm that much more
आइस
impressed.
बॉक्स
Ooh,
किसने
Icebox,
पिक
though.
किया?
Yeah,
PRX ने.
we talked about Icebox not being played that much here in Pacific, but it's going to be Paper Rex
Like-
that says, all right, let's take it to Icebox, right? We haven't played it yet here in Pacific. Let's see what
तो
you've
इसमें
got
बका नहीं
against
रखा
us.
I
है.
mean, you talk about not even
PRX
playing
ने
it
एसिंग
in
बैंग कर
Pacific.
दिया.
They haven't
नाइस
played
नाइस
this in
नाइस.
a very long time. We haven't seen them play Icebox
Split और
since
Async
since
pick करेंगे.
Champions. They've
ओके.
played it all at Lock-in, given the one
Split
series
भी
they
है,
played,
Async भी है.
versus C9.
ओह पहले से हैंगिंग डिसाइगर मैच मैप. Say
They
it.
did play it at the India Invitational,
Yes.
but that was also during
Orange.
Chamber meta, so we haven't seen them play this map post-Chamber. I'm expecting that it's going to be a bit more meta, to current day with Harbor and maybe even, Harbor Sage for that extra protection.
Rossi bhai, come on.
Defenses, but, again, with CGRS in this lineup,
बस
I'm
चश्मा
not really
पहन
sure
लिया,
what
अब
to
देखो.
anticipate. For the side of Global,
अब
I guess
मोंगयाक
Coach
चलाएगा
first
अपनी
time last
classic.
week versus Talon. It was a fairly close bout between the two. We'll see what they have prepared today.
We did have Pearl pick
They're
for the
playing
final
Gecko.
map.
They're playing Gecko.
Oh, nice.
CGRS Gecko.
Jack
as
खेल
well.
रही है. ओके.
He's been labbing it out, right? Trying to figure out how to make Gecko
मोंगयाक
work
वाइपर,
here on the side
बाजी,
of Global Esports.
भाई.
We've still got Aaron on that Harbor. Of course,
एरिंग
it's gonna be
हार्बर खेल
Harbor
रहा है.
Viper. No Sage, but Texture is going to stick with that kill
AJ.
for a little bit of that extra passive info. On the side of Paper Rex, I mean, you do have the core idea still there, right? You've got the Viper at the same age-old composition here, something still playing that Jet. But CGRS on that Gecko, I mean, big question marks on how this is going to look. I mean,
ये क्या लिया है इन्होंने कुछ नया चेंज किया है पूरा सेटअप कहाँ से है भाई Rajasthan bro I'm from Rajasthan Rajasthan
This is wild. Yeah, well, we'll have to wait to see how it plays out. Paper X trying to live up to their reputation globally. Esports trying to continue their win streak. Let's
Hello, all the best.
Nice box with our casters.
And
Quack.
Thank you so much, Desk. You know, I think we need to present to them our ideas. We need to pitch this idea that Paper Rex and Global Esports, no matter what the result will be, it's going to be fun, Sharks. You know, I want 100% equity out of you, Will. So
we do look like we're at a tech startup right now. And trying to scam Mark Cuban out of his money. But like,
चलो भाई अपन पॉपकॉर्न वॉपकॉर्न ले आके मैच के लिए
this is gonna have to be
it was a fun
for Paper Rex, and frankly, you know, when we do our predictions, we don't know the lineups of the players before we do all that. I don't. This might have changed my mind, to be honest. You know, I hope this goes well for Paper X. I want to see exciting things out of CGRS. I want to see this Gecko be impactful. So far, it hasn't been too impactful in a lot of scenarios. I still think people are trying to figure out exactly the proper way to navigate Gecko. Now, there's a lot of, I think on this map, there's a lot of opportunity to really take advantage of the fact that this map has a lot of verticality with the utility. You know, throw it up in the air, get some info, it comes back down, you pick it up.
लेके बैठा मैं तो सही है भाई बस अब मजे करेंगे अपन सब साथ में
This is the third time that we've seen Gecko in VCT Pacific. Other regions maybe a little bit more, but again, the impact hasn't been that great. Maybe this is the Zoo strat that Paper X were talking about during the conference and everything. So let's see what happens. But already starting things off, it's a full team all the way straight down. And
nice there, Rossi. Nice.
It's a good trade there, and only losing CGRS, but now it's a flank from Texture. Here they come. Here comes
Nice, nice.
You're gonna get sandwiched quick. Texture is looking for it. Mindfreak trying to hold the
जी रे भाई क्या कर रहे हैं?
Again, Impact kind of lost. Paper Rex now. It's up to Forsaken back on the
What?
Hello. Things, but not quite landing the shots. Still now down to Jing in a 1-on-4. He's only got a frenzy. This is
easy first round को मिल गया.
No doubt, and yeah, I mean,
easy.
He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. There, it's just a tough.
Nice round, guys. Nice.
Yeah,
Alex की पूरी team mostly line up.
Not only does the Sky Flash from Batsy confirm that somebody's coming down too, that allows Rossi
line up पे खेलने वाले. Yup.
Quickly, but he sees basically everybody. He's like, guys, they're coming through mid.
सोवा है, फिर वाइपर भी है. वाइपर है ना सामने?
He's like, let's just rotate in through spawn. Let's get behind him. Yeah, absolutely worked a treat here for the side of GE, and their pistol round success continues throughout.
Grigo भी है, yup.
Phenomenal.
I couldn't
मतलब
agree.
दो ही है ना, अपने घर भी को है वो.
In terms of pistol rounds, and also a lot of it is due to Aaron's shooting and calling as the leader. Now back on to the next round. Something's got the sheriff. I don't know how much he can do off of this. SK Rossi has the angle, has the Marshall. Not quite going to connect it now, but this is big information for GES.
Yeah, they're really controlling the space nicely here, not really giving Paper X the opportunity to get in on
They are rotating. Yup, they are rotating.
Utility to buy some time.
No,
Paper X standing pat, they're not moving towards the B side.
मुझे नहीं लगता ये जाएंगे. 5 players ही है.
About to confirm that. Yep, there's
हाँ, Grigo भी 3 है.
With a play like this,
हाँ, Grigo की मौली होगी ना.
the best that you can look for is just a simple frag, maybe a pick. You continue to push on.
Nice.
At some point,
Easy.
straight into the blood.
Bro, herring.
A quick triple now, looking for the last one, but a right click to the face from Forsaken.
के ऊपर से आएगा क्या?
You only have a classic now, and you're
नहीं,
hearing
यही
so
जा
many
रही है.
footsteps, so many sounds. The ult orb being picked up. He goes up top, actually finds a second.
Nice रे.
Third, but not quite. SK Rossi.
ठीक है.
Turn it off. Lights. A Marshall at point blank range.
I mean, for a second here, you know, he just kind of gets value out of nothing. I mean, he played this really, really smart at the end, you know, just waiting patiently around.
Herring क्या खेली? मस्त खेला बे. Rico ले लिया, अगर SK Rossi ने भी मस्त मारा.
But the fact that Forsaken gets 2 kills out of this is pretty good.
रॉसी भाई गाली मारो bro.
The Christian players go, now you go, which is like, oh man, like they're kind of.
रॉसी भाई खेल के मैं मस्त गए.
They didn't want to throw those guns over.
Yeah. Let's be a little
इस
bit
बार
more
flick करी है.
careful about this, but the good thing
और
is that they're recognizing
एक
they
मिग
lost a
में
little bit of that economy. They're going to
मिक्सर
save
लेक
up,
जाएगा
and
क्या
Rossi and Sheriff
शायद.
still able to dish out the damage. Paper X has to be careful in this round because a single mistake, you might lose a rifle, and then that could be the bonus round for Global.
Look at how aggressive Rossi and Batsy are getting over towards the B side.
I like that.
I love this. This is a completely different look from what we saw in the last round. Now you've got the Viper over here as well to try and buy a little bit of time.
Bro, shock dude. Nice.
And that's your controller.
बस
Now
अब
you
पीछे
can't
चले
roll
जाओ.
fakes on
हो
me
गया शॉट.
anymore.
ले लिया.
You have no choice
job.
to rely on Jing and his walls, and you can only push up A at this point. Maybe if something can find a frag or two, but SK Rossi, he's just going to be able to dash out of that situation. Now the hit comes on towards the A site. There are 3 players laying in wait.
Nice Mongyat.
At the feet of CGRS.
Okay.
He's able
Nice.
to find a little bit of a burst. Aaron's gone. Monyet's still in a corner. This mosh pit does not quite land where you wanted it to, though. So they'll be trying to use the elevation to find an angle onto
Damage है,
it.
सब damage है.
And now off
Nice.
the Spectre in hand, he's able to reposition and just to buy enough time for
हो जाएगा आराम से हो जाएगा.
That's where SK Rossi strikes. He's got the man from behind. Something turns around 180, still lands a shot, but now in a 1-on-2. Doesn't have that much left. No tailwind available just yet.
निकल जाएगा ये भी निकल जाएगा.
Remaining.
मेरे को
This is
है
going to
कि
be
निकल
interesting to see
जाएगा.
how much pressure they're going to put on him. He's going to try this clear this
he's
corner.
Ah.
And then
First headshot, but
he's got to get it down the time.
Batsy, he's got the bird as well. A bit of a blind, but he sticks the deep fish.
Oh! That's it. That's right.
Bro. क्या राउंड निकाला.
This win for Global.
That's so well played there by Batsy at the end. Look at him.
Nice रे.
Consolation prize, that's it.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, dude, like,
Nice.
you know, something played this round really, really well. Was aware of the Rossi lurk.
समथिंग ने कुछ को मारा भी अच्छा मारा. उसने रॉसी को भी पीछे अच्छा मारा.
The entry here, not bad. You know, giving CGRS his first kill in VCT Pacific history, and something, but he just doesn't have the time. You know, it's just like.
फिगर को रंग गम कर रहा था बाजी को. बच गए. हाँ. अभी को ये इनके पास मस्त है. बोनस राउंड है. इजी. और उन्होंने भी बाय किया है सबने अच्छा. उनके पास सबके पास गन है. अपने पास भी सबके पास गन है. अब थोड़ा अच्छा आएगा. गन की कीपर नीचे. Timing.
That actually works out. Monyet a little bit distracted by the barrel he spotted at the top, but of course off this the sight is successful. In fact, something gets to put himself up on a little bit of a nice sniper's nest up on top of screens. Right there. The rest of them rotating over. Maybe SK Rossi on a flank again. Right there. Paper X, they seem okay.
ये flank क्यों कर रहा है?
CGRS only one away from his ult here. If he gets a kill, he could throw those thrashes out and do some.
Oh.
Waiting for it, holding the angles, playing, ducking in and out of cover. The rest of
nice,
trying to push off of rafters, but
nice round, nice try, nice.
And this is how Paper X will still be able to find rounds, just watching each other backs. Standard classic Valorant, and it works. Yeah, it's just kind of GE.
उधर थोड़ा सा wrong pick हो गया बे.
A little bit more space being gathered by Paper X, so they're able to read the map a little bit better. Leaving Mind Freak on the other side, even though he does die.
इसका टाइमिंग गलत था रे वाइपर का. Well played.
Get ahead of a lot of the utility of the side of GE, and you know, get this round win. Looked pretty easy, pretty clean doing it. Now you've still got the Blade Storm in the back pocket for something. I was curious if maybe they try to upgrade him a little bit, but money's still a little bit down. So there is the Blade Storm for Rossi, as it is an eco round here for GE. A couple frenzies, a sheriff. See what they can do with it. So I like the way
he's
using his utility there. He's using the harbor wall against it, so he has the safety to pick it back up.
ये देखो guys, corner कैसे clear करते हैं ये.
Refreshing cooldowns, a little bit of information. We know SK Rossi loves to get up on top of pipes. Paper X, on the other hand, recognizing the scenario, will just rotate all the way over to B. Look at where Mind Freak is, though.
Should be noted by the turret here. Yeah, okay, let's see what the reaction is going to be. Oh, the Thrash gets one, and the follow-up is great.
What a double kill. Off the Thrasher, and that's a coordinated play. Kind of works out. Here comes Monyet with the Sheriff. Will be shut down, and the last one left. SK Rossi, he's got the blades, but not quite going to find any cuts with that. And that's going to be a second round win for Paper Rex.
Thank you, Ray.
Flawless here and a huge change of momentum for Paper Rex. Now, it's Rossi is looking to invest in that operator potentially. I can see it
अब थोड़े flex
floating in his buy. Didn't have enough for the follow-up. That's a great transfer there from Mindfreak. And the Desmond's talking about it, that we need to see him step up, and that's a big round. A good start for him and Paper Rex. 4 kills in that one for Mindfreak, and absolutely
एक को पास में सो ही रखा
Paper boys and girls are very excited.
Paper boys and girls, love them all. But it's the thing, whatever happens, it still is such a great match of Valorant right now. Both teams trying to find each other's ebbs and flows. Global,
ये
a little
ऑफ
bit
में
curious, a little bit adventurous. SK
So
Rossi.
risky.
Even if you tailwind at the foot of 2,
आएगा
you're not gonna have that
नहीं
much space, so
ओ
one pick, but Jing makes an instant trade. I love that Aaron's here to receive, though, but not quite able to connect the
Nare.
shot. Jing continues forward with his rampage, wall up, getting control over B now. Batsy's the only one here, and he's kind of trapped unless he goes back through tube.
भाई ये जिंक ने बहुत गंगी पोजीशन
This is so
पकड़
tough.
रखी
Texture trying to lock down multiple angles. But yeah, this is just a nightmare for
Wow.
GE.
And that leaves
निकाल
Texture
सकते हैं
alone.
वे
I think he spotted Forsaken's barrel back there, but Aaron's going to be back towards Hut, finds Jing, 1-on-2. He's fully aware that Mindfreak's towards yellow, possibly a player. Yep, that confirms it towards Snowman. And then the shot from
ये
the
घर
back,
क्यों आराम से वो कर
Mindfreak
कहाँ गया यार
finding his form today.
थैंक यू रे
Yeah, this
Nice
is
try.
what Paper Rex really needed. Right now, he is just
GE
clicking
can-
it into the quick timeout here from GE. They really need it because now they're giving up space and they're losing battles. Giving up guns, giving up players early here. Again, SK Rossi, yeah, sure, like you hit it on nail on the head, dude. Even though he's got that dash,
यहाँ
with a
पे
little bit
ना
of time
इसमें-
left on it, he doesn't have the space to really retreat. So he's just caught, and Aaron not good for the follow-up. So that's like
Timing.
basically map control. And then they cut off, the other
Let's
half
go.
of the there with the wall, with the safe wall.
PRX बोल रहे लेट्स गो
For GE. So now let's see what the change is going to be. I wouldn't mind seeing them try to contest the space at the,
Yes.
towards, the A choke, towards the orbs, right? On both sides of the map like they were doing early on. That seemed to be working well. Maybe they'll start showing us looks like that. Again, if you're going to send Rossi out that tube, I don't want to see it with an operator. I don't mind the idea when he's, got a sheriff or
think-
something like that.
It's like that little moment of hesitation. If he was a little bit earlier and you just tailwind right away, you might be able to survive. But because it kind of expired, that's what happens. That said, though, I do agree. I
Show
think
me.
the rounds that we've seen Global succeed in are rounds where they actually contest for space. Like when they
Oh, you
push into
kills.
Garage, when they
Yeah,
actually
easy.
gain more information towards Nest.
हाँ
It
यू
turns out
किल्स पे भी और
right now,
टाइमिंग
maybe they're
ब्रो
just respecting Paper X a little bit, trying to
टाइमिंग का प्रॉब्लम
figure out their styles and tendencies, because this is a very different composition. It's a
Bye-bye.
refreshing kind of approach to Icebox now when you go in for tube control of all things.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now you've got
अगर
a
ये
ton of
टक्कर
all
में भी
these
जाएगा ना मैच
attacks.
तो भी मजा आएगा
Crash. See what they want to do off of the back of this. Texture did have his lockdown, but you have
वो
to
रॉसी
counter
ऑलरेडी
Rossi.
डैमेज गए
Let's see. I mean, Rossi again, just check in
अच्छा,
to
वो
see if
उसका
anybody's
wipe
going
करता।
underneath the tube, as it is another eco round for the side of GE, and Texture is just going to start
Oh my
piecing
god.
ये
off.
पे जा रहे हैं
There is the alarm bot there.
Paper thin.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Why?
Paper X aren't W gaming.
There's no W
No.
in here. What is this?
Is this Paper X? Have they been possessed? Did they swap?
करके
I
भाई
think
हेलो
I expected some W keying out of GE this round. So I think they're taking their time, making sure that there's no weird pushes, there's no weird flanks trying to be attempted by GE. You don't want to throw a thrifty here.
सब क्लासिक पे
when
खेल
you're,
रहे हैं पता है
You
क्या
know, when you have this momentum going that Paper X does right now.
That's a very good point.
बा 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 बा
Actually
बा
safe on the A site. All 4 players stacked up here, but this is now Paper Rex's domain. They have taken full control, full execution on towards
ये
goal.
क्या कर गया
It was an eco round after all, but
कुछ आगे ही रश कर गया ब्रो
stand against that aggression.
So this is exciting. I mean,
Indeed,
as
eh?
Paper X fans, you got to be loving what you're seeing. This is phenomenal. Their coordination here is great. I think we even had a mosh pit kill in there on the back.
पे सोवा का रिकॉन के बाद तो ये दो भागे
There it is. Yeah, there it is, right there. And you can hear him. He's fired up. CGRS just gives us a shout out. when he gets that, he gets the molly kill.
केजे को भी रस्के में आ गया
I mean, I don't blame him. That was a
लोकेशन में
great execute.
For the guy that wasn't sure which desk to go to during a small
रॉसी भाई डबल शॉट
comfortable.
एक शॉट में गो शॉट
And
चाहिए
this is
मतलब
the
गो किल
Paper X that
चाहिए
we all know and love.
हाँ उसने
able
गेक
to
लिया
continue on to
पीछे से
find
गिर
yet
गया
another frag. Global is trying to get a little bit spicy with this.
They read that position so well. Something
What?
somehow
How's
gets
he
away with that.
alive?
I don't know.
Oh my
Dude.
god, and he finds another one for it. Even Tailwind's back, gets the heal from his teammates. And that's going to be Paper X still controlling the
yaar.
spike down, pushing past screens. CGRS takes Monyet
ऑप
down.
ले ली भाई सामने
The opening pick here to read the position of SK Rossi with the op is just beautiful. That just breaks everything open for Paper X, and you can see that. This just
ये
gives them all the
रॉसी
confidence.
को
I mean, he
गिग
overpeaks a
गया
little bit
ना
here. I
ये
guess that's more of a mistake in my
यार
opinion
जीएस ने गिग
on
किया
Rossi's side.
इसने क्या क्या गुर 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 पीछे मुड़ के
And Rossi maybe just not expecting them to be pushed up that far at that moment. And CGRS, he is
इनका यार
really well right
प्लेसमेंट
now.
रॉस्टर
Having a lot of
प्लेसमेंट
impact with that utility.
तगड़ा
We
रहे
saw earlier like baiting texture when it was a 1v2.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm
this is exciting, and now something's got an op.
I'm still kind of befuddled
ए
as
पे
to
को
how
उन्होंने वो कर
something
दिया
did
तो
not get slain
ए पे
in the
जाएंगे क्या
previous engagement. Back into it though, and Paper Rex showing us a whole new
नहीं
different side to
we are
them. Look
rookie
at how
king
careful they're approaching this. There is a Viper's Pit on A though. Global trying to respect that space. Rossi holding the angle onto two. Just takes a little second. Not much info found down mid though. Did they spot him through too?
They
इसका वो
might have seen it. I'm not sure. There's
You
some
do
kind
have
of
the vision,
information, yeah, coming through here. I'm not sure if the Trailblazer spotted it or not. Now they know it's a B hit.
नाइस रे कैशर
Great peek from Texture though. Sudden push out of the screens, and he will be able to take down the first player, and that's going to be Jing. Something still trying to dish out death from above, but Mind Freak, a big flank, a big lurk. He's able.
टाइम
Paranoia
goob
back of- Jeez,
this
Mind
is
Texture
time
suddenly gone. They're not quite sure where to look. So much space being taken. The spike down. Rossi trying to find what he can.
Double
He
pick
does have
होगा
Vandal
Rossi.
in his hands now, but look at where
Nice.
the spike is planted. They're gonna have to dish out so much damage in order to push in,
Advantage.
and Rossi
Nice,
just
Rossi.
doesn't want to do it. A triple kill now, and that leaves
GG guys well played
Coming all of a sudden
nice
from
round
the back of mid. He finds CGR.
मोंगयाक ने भी अच्छा मारा यहाँ पे
I thought for a
अगर
moment
मोंगयाक
he
नहीं
would do
मारता
that.
को थोड़ा रिस्क हो सकता था पर मोंगयाक ने भी
I
अच्छा
mean,
मारा
Mind Freak
नाइस
there
रे
with backstab onto Aaron. Just the lurk. that
ऑफ
he
नहीं ले
has,
रहा
the
क्या
patience and the presence of mind to wave that out. The kitchen control has been fantastic. But
हाँ
GE able to recover nicely, able to kind of not lose their composure throughout this. And there's tons of information. on
ये
the
देखा
side of
टाइमिंग
Paper
यार
X.
ये
He
दो
gets
किल
the
अपना
early
पता
kills, but
टाइमिंग
then
से
Rossi
गए बहुत
just
गंदे
starts taking over. He outduels a lot of people. And that's what you need to see from this
उसका गेगा
player. Absolutely.
गिगोंगे क्या
Get
किया
fired up.
The
They have
super kid.
the viewing party in Mumbai today,
Crouch
so
spike, tower
shout out
spike.
to them. They're having a
इसलिए
good
कहते
time.
हैं क्राउच फाइक इज नॉट
I mean,
गो
look
गेट
at
ऑल
SK Rossi's stats right now. 11 frags, 7 the highest on the whole server. This guy is providing the value for his team, and he's finding it again and again. Back on the knives and just waiting up by A. Paper X
Pick.
exploring this
Goop.
side of the map once again.
अच्छा
Till he's sent out now. But here comes the flash from Botsy.
लॉल एक नंबर बाजी
That we were looking for. They push Paper X back, but the spike has been dropped.
I just love that. It's a flash and dash with the reckoning to back it up. That is a wonderful set play there from GE. That's an eraser special. I can tell you that right now. That's Korean Valorant if I've ever seen it. You just flash
That's
and you send
Korean.
your jet in, you
Uy,
follow
क्या
up with
sense
the
था?
utility. It's so beautiful from the side of GE.
नाइस सेटिंग
Even more
भाई
now.
ये गन होती बहुत प्यारी यार
Not be able to make it forward.
एक हो
Mind
जाएगा
Freak trying
कह
his
रहा
best,
हूँ
but
this gun is
unfortunately it's not gonna happen to A.
so
It's
good
not gonna happen against
गन
four
स्किंग
players
मतलब
full on
वेंगल
that
की
level.
जो ये गन स्किंग है ना
5-5.
सेंकिंगल वाली
I
भाई
love that set.
Walk
Again,
must.
I say that's Korean because we see this like that's we're the
Yes.
region that invented
Knee
flash
gig,
and
knee
dash.
gig.
All right, and I'm
You're
very
so
proud
proud
of
of
it. I'm
Korea,
very
Paper.
proud of this. Okay, but yeah, this is just a great set play, and to
It
set
is.
Rossi
ये
up to
go
do what he's
round
doing,
ये
start clicking people with those knives. Yes, he goes down, but Batsy's right there.
पता है क्या
Yeah, the
रॉसी का
reckoning
क्रेग हुआ ना अच्छा
stacked
रहा
on top of it. The utility, the way that they're using now, their ability to control space. Right, you have that harbor, you have that extra layer of
Certainly.
vision control that GE does not.
You can tell that PaperX
गाइस ब्रेक मिला है, पानी वांगी पी लो, अपनी भी गेम भगा लो, फिर आराम से बैठ के वॉच करेंगे.
And we hadn't seen that from GE yet, right? We hadn't seen that kind of aggressive since the beginning when they just, you know, kind of pushed and went for trades and went for flanks. But this is, yeah, that utility set play execution that we love to see, you know, from coaches like Eraser,
आराम से खेलो,
Bile, these
बहुत
Korean
अच्छा खेल
coaches
रहे हो, रिपी किक करके रहो
so
ऐसे
well known for that style.
ही, जी के कोच बोल रहे ऐसे ही करके रहो, रिपी किक अच्छा खेल रहे हो, कंटिन्यू.
How do you then kind of anticipate something like that? It's hard to tell, especially when global, especially when you don't have that much map control, you don't have that much information, whereas global holds those cards. And you can see that right now during the timeout. I think Alex was trying to explain that to him, trying to figure out how they might actually be able to switch up the pace, because clearly banking, putting all your eggs into the basket of A, it's not really the key.
No, I agree. I mean, it did work, you know, a couple times early on, but now the adaptation has come through for GE, where we saw it in that last round where they were prepared for it and they had a set play for it. You know, so now you might be thinking, you know, if I'm PRX, I might be considering trying to play for a pick and then rotate off of it, try to show a little bit of a different idea. So far, the attacks have been pretty consistent, and they're giving up a ton of space here. This allows the Viper's Pit to be put down. Now, you still have Texture's lockdown in the back pocket. No Hunter's Fury to clear it. So maybe there's a reaction
दो जना back कर रहे हैं ना.
involving that.
Yeah, there definitely is a little bit of a flank coming out from the back of A. Forsaken
दो
is
नहीं
in a
जाएंगे
great
चीक.
position though, and he's able to find off the first pick. Maybe the second, it is confirmed. And of course, the Vipers
दोनों ले लिया उसने.
they might have to evacuate because of the lockdown, but they still have a lot of these great positions. Mindfreak still has the snake bites. He's still hiding up on top. Forsaken finding the third now. And of course, the entire side engulfed in green. They will not be able to do all that much. Aaron tries to spray, but gets shut down by Forsaken with the Quadra.
Yeah, I love the positioning here from Paper Rex, you know, leaving a player to watch for that flank, kind of recognizing that GE wants to get more aggressive, you know, off the back of their
सेज के पास भी आ गया ना, तो वो रिवाइव कर सकते हैं, तो ये एग्रेसिव पिक लेंगे.
Everything is prepared for. They're in positions where they can keep Mindfreak in a spot where he's still able to maneuver around the Viper.
ये इजी किल था पता है उनके लिए.
To find the value out of it. So really, really well handled here, in particular by Forsaken locking down that backside. But, you know, Mindfreak is a
nice
piece of this with his utility to get the plant down, to get the setup, and to have the reaction to that lockdown that they knew was coming.
But still, I mean, look at this round now. A bit of a flash, and SK Rossi's up on top of Nest. He strikes and
nice,
instantly gone. Even
gee, bro.
Rossi, calm down, my boy. On to the next
gee,
one.
bro.
Shuts off the B-side approach. Looking for
nice.
a second, maybe a little bit of a res. But this is big information for Global. They are fully aware of this hit coming through. A bit of a dizzy flash, and it blinds off, covers the screen.
पर 3v5 है, अभी भी ले सकते हैं. And we have op.
The entire team is making their transition
nice.
over to the B site.
Fast rotate from the side of Rossi and Batsy. Have been working together
और
really
they have to
well
plank
so far.
too.
No way you get the spike
और
point.
plank भी अपनी नजरों में ही है.
Pull it off with the wall from Jing, but covered off by so much. Ooh, we tried to airstrafe out of that. Still
Fire करना.
All right.
Nice बाजी.
And then accompanied by Rossi from behind. CGRS, Jing hunting him down. Together and
back in 3v
and now they only have to focus about the front. A bit of a poison cloud, and they try to spray through it. Oh
nice.
My God! 3 players on the other side.
Easy. बोला था ये को हो जाएगा.
Final op shot. We end this first half 6-6, Paper Thin.
I mean, this has been fantastic. What a absolute treat this first half of Icebox has been. Both teams with some great ideas, some great adaptations. You know, I like that GE kind of stuck to their guns in this round, where they, you know, they played safe. They get these opening kills here with SK Rossi, and then they just fall back. They say Texture's got the op. If they want to rotate into that, good luck, because that guy's usually really, really solid with it. He got the opener, missed the second, but he's good for the final. And this
Texture
is
भाई
really,
एक नंबर मारे.
measured play here from the side of GE. They're waiting. They're expecting these push and pulls from PaperX that I talked about previously. Like, I wanted to see PaperX try to do different things. Didn't fool them at all.
You might even say that actually
थोड़ा पॉपकॉर्न खा के आयुष भाई निकालो अपने पॉपकॉर्न तो एंजॉय करके हुए खा के.
used to be that duelist. In the previous round we saw Forsaken lurking up by Belt. This round we see Texture, the ex-duelist, now Sentinel, doing what Forsaken would have done, but on the B site. Both teams switching up their play, switching up their strats, and trying to kind of adapt to each other. But it's proving to be so even right now, and this is beautiful Valorant.
No, I agree.
This
It's
is
really fun
beautiful
match. I mean,
Valorant.
CGRS has looked pretty good at times in this. He's looked pretty fast. He's reacted to things well with his utility. He's had impact. You know, we even saw a mosh pit kill in there. We saw a thrash that
Thrash
connected.
set up for Mindfreak as well.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
It's looking really good, honestly. I'm very impressed with what they're bringing with this.
We are
with
also
this
very
Gecko. This
impressed.
hasn't had a ton of impact here in Pacific, at least.
Yes. In Pacific.
Like they are
Yeah,
trying
so
their
far,
best.
Talon has been the team that played Gecko, and that wasn't so great. But here, I think we're seeing a lot more coordination.
बस
and
आराम से
teamwork
बैठे
and
बैठे खा के
maybe some
अभी
careful
break
play
आया
from
जब
Paper
तक।
Rex, different from their usual blind, crazy fast W gaming style. It's still a little bit chaotic at times, and that's why I think it's a little bit tough for Global to read them. But on the other hand, what you're seeing on the side of Global is still a lot of setups for this star player, this super kid that is SK Rossi. And I believe
क्या बात।
right now he's on
जिंग
top
के लिए
of
हाक
this
बन रहा है
Yeah, he's playing really, really good. He had a
Small
few
hack
kind of whoopsies early
from
on.
my side.
The ops, I'll just
Sure.
say that. It wasn't.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, I mean, it just, you know, he's getting aggressive. He's trying to take space,
14-10.
and that's part of GE's game plan, you know, and
Okay.
Paper X just had good reactions to it. So, you know,
So
the
they are
adaptations came
going
through, though. That's
B.
the important thing. Like,
Okay.
you
वो
try
को
something, doesn't
Giffol
work,
खेल रहे हैं
you
बे?
change it right away and you have success.
You are
That was,
playing Giffol.
you know, very effective for both sides, but particularly Rossi. You know, we saw him overextend a little bit early. Jing's going to use his wall to grab the orb off the pistol round, so kind of an early play. For
Wall पे अब लगा Goku ने ये भी मार के आया रिंग भाई हेलो।
See if there's a reaction.
It's kind of a hefty investment, if you ask me. 400 credits just to pick up that orb. Maybe it's worth it.
You get a little bit of info,
Yeah.
potentially. You know, you're forcing a little bit of utility
Crosshair,
here out of the
bro.
jet, right? You got the knives, so you can
Oh,
at least
wait,
hear.
actually, it's not just that. Look at the positioning.
Yeah, texture's real deep, but
Oh.
CGRS is here. He's ready, maybe. Well, he's dropping back, so the pressure here is going to open up space for
ये
Texture.
बैक से आएंगे ब्रो नाइस।
Okay. Very tactical.
अगर इन्होंने ये जिंगा रह गए अगर टेक्सचर जब तक आया और जब तक इन्होंने ले लिया
What I
पॉइंट
don't like
तो
so
ब्रो
much
मजा आ
about this is
जाएगा।
the lack of map control. You have no idea the texture is so deep into A. You have no idea.
ओके रोके के हेलो
In the kitchen, we're starting to cook. CGRS
नाइस रे
to dodge the flames. Now they're looking to
केजी
sandwich them.
Forsaken was quick.
Nice,
over there,
KJ.
Yeah, like you were
मेरे को
talking
लगा
about,
गया
dude,
KJ।
Texture unaccounted for. Mindfreak there.
Bro,
not ready for
shock.
it yet. And it's a 5v3. Okay, quick trades though on the site.
And again, it's the
बाजी भाई हील कर गो
gods of global something trying to descend but not quite able. He's going to be the one falling instead. CGRS. Last
Nice
now,
round.
1-on-3. A turret in his
नाइस फिजिकल
face.
राउंड क्या बोल रहा हूँ
Aaron
नाइस
up on top. Peeking off of contact.
Nice.
A simple burst and a headshot to boot. Global once again. 2-0 so far on pistols.
Dude, this is just. I mean, I don't even know what to do with this team. They are so good at pistols. Aaron just calling a great round here. You know, using that information.
ये भी बहुत कगड़ा मारा
against
मोंगे आके
Paper
भाई
X, like you said, they lose map control pretty early. Texture's the one pushing. He hears CGRS, you know, rotating.
रस्सी भाई ने बोला
to the B
चलो
side.
ऐसे ही फोड़ के इस
Ready
बार
to just be like, guys, site's free, come on over. And oh yeah, when Forsaken comes in to try to check, they have no idea that that space had been taken. And so really,
इस बार बी पूरा छोड़ गया
It is
और ये बी पे जा रहे हैं
really smart. Paper X getting faked like that. Now this round, they're out for blood, maybe going a little bit aggressive, trying to find a pick, trying to find a possible weapon donated. But I don't think Global are going to do that. They're pretty stingy this round. Look at how they're playing.
no doubt.
ये क्या शॉट मारा फिर भी 6 किंग का डैमेज गया ब्रो
Careful of over-aggression. Now, okay, Forsaken gets 2 big kills again.
How? Off of pure aim, the classics will be able to ring true, but Monyets now walk into the spray. We're spraying, we're praying, we're going to
GG.
church, but Texture will
GG,
be the one
easy
that
round.
speaks the truth. 1 player left. 4 players gone. That's big economical damage.
Yeah, this is a much better follow-up here for Paper X than the previous side, right? I mean, GE ended up still converting the bonus anyway, even after some damage was done by Forsaken, but off the rip here, Forsaken just gets two
क्लासिक
huge
के
kills
वंग
with the
राइट
classic
टैप
again.
सीखना है
This
बे
has
यार
been absolutely nuts. And Global, as patient as
ये
they
क्या लग
were,
दिख रहा है कि वो ऐसे से जा रहे हैं हम वो
Paper
मार्क
X
कर रहे
sort
हैं
of
ना
just
ऐसे से जाएंगे
found a
ऐसा
decent time to just pull the
I
trigger and
think
say, all right,
yeah
everybody go
yep
now. Everybody just, hit W and let's try to take them down. And it worked a treat. Certainly, you're very happy with that round if you're a Paper X fan.
Plant the spike.
Yeah. Sometimes the aim just works. Sometimes the firefights just favor you. But off to the next round, though. I think firepower will speak.
Oh, nice.
SK Rossi still sudden
अरे
headshot and then something tries to make
नहीं
it
रे
trade.
पर अच्छा खाया इसके रोसिंग ने भी मारा और
Greedy
किल
off of this.
और
Jing
इसको इधर से मिला
with a
ऊपर
standard
वाला
wall, just a block of pipes, block of maze, trying to push forward. And Global.
And
बाजी भाई गैंग से
Maxi
पिक
was
करियो
able to pick up that Marshall, and he is no slouch with it. I can tell you guys that I have seen him when he was on Slayers do some pretty nasty things with that Marshall. Oh, wow. See if he can get something done. Yeah, a tag there on the Munyet. It's going to force him back. Maybe get the heal.
Very shuffly.
no can't kick like
Yeah, I
this
think just a bit of a heal. Maybe we're just gonna rotate back forward, and that's why Forsaken this.
Get a ton of info
Scouting
there.
out, yes, with the Owls drone. Now he knows there might be a bit of mid presence. We're splitting up our defensive
30
forces 2
seconds
on
left.
2 on each site. We do have the guns. We just need to make the right call, the right read. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
oh
What just happened? Paper thin, Monyets winning out a one-on-one against Forsaken. Indonesian versus Indonesian. And
Cover.
he's on top with a ghost.
Good
Mindfreak
cover.
has to save the day.
Nice,
It's not
eh?
gonna happen. Texture says
3v2
no. We're down to a 2-on-3. Texture does have a Spectre. Jink comes up from mid. Oh, he's able to do so much because of the positional displacement. Now Texture,
Nice.
a sudden swing. And we're back to a 1-on-1. We have the Spectre still. We're strike spray.
What?
Something.
bro what a clutch dude easy for texture
9-6 and Global.
level
The win
nice shot
sails.
It's another bonus converted by GE here. Unbelievable.
nice
I mean, this all starts with some decent picks with the Marshall. Gonna catch CGRS out in the open there. Of course, he gets taken out in the follow.
Look, ये शॉट तो क्या पड़ा बे
It's
20
a
HP
good
पे
little kind of bait there from Aaron. He moves behind the box instantly to give a little bit of extra time, maybe break.
ये भी
the
अच्छा
clock.
मारा
Eventually
texture
have
ने
to force a
texture भाई
transition
चमक गए भाई
from Forsaken. But Texture
Last shot
absolutely
लगा
nasty
texture
there.
का बे
And GE is fired up, but I'm not so confident about the reaction from Paper Rex to that mid push. They get the information. It's a 2-2 split. Instead of trying to
Bank it.
corral
Yes.
space,
You
they
have
give
those
it to them.
numbers. Exactly.
हॉसी को पता है उधर से ही आ सकता
Second bonus round win, and if I'm being honest, even as a Paper X fan, that was sloppy. Now Jing trying to get a little bit adventurous on this top of pipes. Might be able to find a bit of a frag, but that's it because one and done. Global gets to push forward now. Texture, SK Rossi, they are just decimating Paper X with
nice
this site.
what a
Intense
shot dude
again,
easy peasy
not slowing down at all.
Just look
Yeah,
at
this
Spy
is
attachment.
a much better fourth round now for GE versus last.
I think
half.
this
They
is
lost
the
this
last
when they got it,
timeout
but it's
by
just a faster-
TRX
I mean,
for
they
this
just- they
match
just-
yeah right
Change the tempo. I mean, this is what I'm concerned about here. I really wanted to get to this point. We haven't had a lot of time. I was asking people backstage who's IGLing
Oh.
for Paper X, and they all say,
Rossi भाई
no answer. And there
Level.
there might have even been a kind of it's sort of an IGL by committee, situation here right
We're
now.
a democracy.
IGL में coming थी
Votes
क्या
were
बोल
the best call.
I mean, and look at the first half. It looked pretty good. The coordination was mostly there. There were adaptations. It was very solid. But here on the other side of the coin, already Aaron has got just a perfect read on what they're doing, what they want to do, how to control the space, how to control the map, how to maneuver around the ideas of Paper X, which again seem to be a little bit disjointed here so far in the second half.
And that's the thing, right? You have these two players. You shoved out Divine Vecna. You've got CGRS. You got
My man.
CGRS and something here. Again, something literally just joined at the start of this season, this league play. It can be pretty nice at times, like we were talking about, the adaptations. It looks really fluid. You're not anchoring any player down to a specific role. It doesn't have to be concrete. But sometimes when that happens, there are too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
You're not on the same page, things can fall apart really quick. So Paper X, they really need to strap up their boots in this round if they want to make this a contest. Otherwise, Global wins, you're back on a save, and then that might be over.
This is Paper X's pick, too.
Exactly.
It is very surprising. I mean, especially not having Devi in on this map. Because Devi has been one of their best players in terms of, you know, KD, KDA, he's like top 10 in our league right now. And, you know, Forsaken is like top 5 ACS, but he's not up there for KD. So in terms of the impact that Devi has, I think so far he has maybe been their best player. And to not have him in here,
AJ,
be as the IGL or just as a very good initiator.
bro.
He has just been absolutely nuts the second half. He has the lockdown, by the way. There's no Hunter's Fury for Forsaken to shut this down. So this is a really good opportunity here.
क्या शॉक मारा है फिर
Plant down, get set up, you know, get ready for this.
वो अल्क यूज करेगा अपना
CRS has no response to this. He has to just peace out.
And at that point, your only option is Paper X. There are only so many spots that you can come from, and GE are reading them in full. The book is open, the pages are flipped. SK Rossi now looking for destruction. A second frag, holding off mid as well. We've got Monyet with a Viper's Pit, but CGRS just walks right in. He's able to do a little bit more damage, a bit of a wide swing, but not quite able to land the further shot.
Easy
SK
round.
Rossi will clean up. GE 11-6 now.
Yeah, even when it looked like it might get a little dangerous there for GE with CGRS.
ये को राउंड निकल जाएगा रे अब
In the middle of all this chaos. I mean, Texture just gets that one for free of it. I mean, Rossi, what a play here. This guy has been absolutely electric today. Can't speak highly enough of how he is playing, by the way. I know we're talking about a lot of other things, but guys, he is playing out of his mind right now. 23-12. Blade Storm's available, but this is just a great round from GE. And then, by the way, Batsy's reaction with that flash there to make sure that the end of that round was clean for GE. Just picture Batsy's been playing so
ये वाला
good the
अच्छा
last
था रे
couple
सोवा
weeks.
का
GE looking dialed in.
Peak performance is what Paper Thin is saying.
That's right.
I mean, look at this now. Paper X has no choice but to go into the force. They don't get this round. It's basically game over. SK Rossi, so aware of this. And he's trying to be a little bit more careful. Oh my god! Something up in the air! A triple kill CGI!
What is this good?
What?
Unbelievable. Please show me the Mumbai crowd reaction on that.
What was that good?
Absolutely nuts.
That is animal!
I don't even know. I mean, that is as fast as it gets. I mean, it is nothing but heads. This is outrageous.
तीन जने मिले
Unbelievable. He doesn't miss a single one. Oh my god. I mean, they're lined up a little bit, but jeez Louise.
Pro level
I've seen
Good
that today.
level.
His name just might be something. Ilya Petrov, 11-7 now, and Paper X finds their second win. 4 more rounds to make it even. But again, a single mistake, and it's going to be match point. SK Rossi, he wants revenge. He's got the operator.
Paper X does have enough money for one more. Yeah, Rossi not able to connect on this one. Still probably a little bit of adrenaline flowing, but it's okay. Texture
Nice,
good for the
Texture.
opener again. Just the way that he pushes and pulls.
Set up by Botsy. And now Paper X trying to react off of this. They will be able to hold. Mind Freak not checked. Monyet gone. And then the res comes in. We have numbers. Please play together off of this. But no! Forsaken gets a little bit curious and he gets punished for it. The cat has been killed. Something still trying to pull off miracles on his own. You can't do this alone. Surely previously you could have. But now you're completely surrounded. FBI, open up. He has no idea. Texture will be able to delete him. Spike now being delivered over to the A site. Jing has to be the one.
Oh, nice, eh?
Kingmaker, it's not gonna happen
Nice.
today. Global wants this win. They want match point. SK Rossi with the blade, the right click. Mind Freak is the only one left.
ऊपर pick.
Oh man.
Rossi
I mean,
ऊपर.
this is just absolutely insane. Even when it looks like Paper X might be able to recover, they might be able to stabilize. You know, they get the kill on Monyet, and then it all starts to fall apart. You know, something overextended.
GG.
Texture's good for the fourth.
He got
GG रे nice
It's unbelievable, dude. I mean, GE is just toying with them now.
That feels bad.
oh go इस बार देखेंगे Jack versus Jack
And the peak comes out. This is match point. Paper X gets to buy up, but once again.
भाई
Zero
पर यार
mistakes
इसने
from here on out.
समकिंग ने क्या मारा ब्रो,
Yeah,
हर
no,
एक नाइफ
literally,
लगा उसको,
there's no room for error. I mean, like
नाइस अच्छा
good
मारा,
news is
क्लच था वो.
I mentioned it very briefly at the beginning
You
of
know,
last round was there's enough money
इसका
to
क्या
put
बोलते
together
हैं,
a buy for Paper X.
इसके दो अभी तक के दो मूवमेंट हो गए आइस
But,
बॉक्स मैच के,
this
दो
is it.
मूवमेंट हो गए. एक
Got
तो
a
जैक
Hunter's
में
Pick,
जो
got a Viper's Pick, got
इसने
some
मारा का
full
समथिंग
force
है
with no ults available,
Oh
and
my
the,
God.
गोंगो,
yeah, the
That's
Battlefield
और
is
एक अपने रॉसी भाई ने मारा
for
का ऊपर
something.
चढ़
He
के.
doesn't die at least.
Oh god. Good bit of damage on both sides, but still,
कैसे डैमेज पड़ा इसको,
your star duelist
समथिंग को भी
now.
पड़ा,
Maybe a bit of a
समथिंग
fuel
ही लो
for
पाएगा.
both sides. Monyet gets to do so much more because of the stage
हाँ, हो
nerfs
रहा
now, and Jing way too far away. Viper's Pit's the only thing that's preventing Global from pushing into A. Trying to get a little bit more information, but we're also peeking so much, and that is
Nice.
so risky. It does not pay. Pays for Global. 2 players gone, and they continue to push forward.
नाइस रे.
Okay.
Good start. That's big. The toxic screen is going to come through mid here. So, or excuse me, not the toxic screen. That's the high tide from Aaron. And he is just trying to cut off the center of the map here, trying to obscure the movement of GE, who is looking for flanks. They're checking to see if anybody's pushing the extremities of the map. Nobody is for Paper X. They're very spread
Yes.
out in a 2-1.
I mean, they can't, right? If they do, they get punished.
30 seconds
Now
left.
Global are just playing off of this safely. They're covering all bases. Anyone who pushes into A, they will be able to overwhelm with the setups from Bossy.
टाइमिंग
That's why Mindfreak is positioned so defensively back.
अच्छा, वो घर से नहीं जा रहा है, को बच
Raptors
गए.
now 15 seconds left to get the spike plant. CGRS does get a bit of information, but Mindfreak has to know
10 seconds
that he's
left.
alone here.
Last player
Monyet and
standing.
Aaron, oh my goodness! Suddenly,
GG.
Botsy!
Let's go G, let's go. G fighting guys, G fighting.
We'll take Paper X's map pick off.
I mean, that attacker side was near flawless. They only dropped one round on the entire attacker side for GE, and everything looks so good there. I mean, first and foremost, that's
Nice.
what a performance here on the Jet. You know, a lot of discussion about should it be Texture, should it be him? Well, that one right there is definitely a check mark in the SK Rossi book for sure. As great as Texture was on this Killjoy, so I think you're seeing this with a lot of teams is that
हाइलाइट्स
when you
देखते
have all
थोड़ी
these
अपन जी
superstar
थोड़ा सा
duelists,
गेम खेलें,
they can
क्या
transfer
बोलते हो?
over to other roles pretty quickly and effectively. And
4K
what we're seeing with
nice.
Texture on this Killjoy,
अरे मुझे मैसेज ही नहीं
playing
दिख
the
रहे
Killjoy,
थे,
I'd say
लॉल.
like a standard Killjoy. He's
Sorry,
kind of up close
sorry,
and
my
personal,
bad.
plays
Holding
it.
angles, he's opping.
Yeah,
Texture
he
है,
gets set up
4K
like that,
nice.
flash pushes.
टेक्सचर
I
और
mean,
रॉसी कैरी कर रहे हैं.
It's
अच्छा
really
लगा.
intriguing to watch the way he plays, but he's
हाँ
so
मतलब
confident, he's so accurate,
लाइक
he's so
एरिका को क्या है पर
disciplined.
अच्छा खेल रहे हैं.
You know, he
नाइस
is
है.
one of the best
मस्त
all-round
मजा
players
आया.
that we had in VCT
दिस
Korea
इज
the last
नाइस
year.
राउंड बाय ऑल.
I mean,
You can see why.
yes.
पर टेक्सचर ने बहुत अच्छा दिमाग से खेला है. ये मांगना पड़ेगा टेक्सचर का दिमाग ब्रो.
SK Rossi, now that he's arrived,
The best.
we talked to him last
कितना
week,
टाइमिंग पे है और क्या है सब
he
कुछ.
seemed kind of nervous. He's like, it's against Paper X. We've lost to them in the past, but look at what happened.
जी
Look
जी
at
लिखा
what
हुआ है
happened.
इसमें. जी लेट्स गो जी.
Icebox map pick. I can appreciate that Paper X are trying to get creative. We do see some
इसको क्या हुआ?
miracle,
किसी को
heroic
कोरियन आकी है क्या?
something in
I
that.
think ये
Sure,
कोरियन ही है.
no, that's a great play, and it's one that I lost my mind about, but overall.
चलो अब
it wasn't
अपन खेल
nearly
के
as much
थोड़ा
impact
वेलो.
from something as
वाइज
there was with
मैच
Rossi.
वापस इसका कोई कब तक.
And the second half, it was just
कब
GE
का आ रहा है?
was just so much better about
समझ गया.
maneuvering around the map, making
Split.
better reactions,
स्प्लिट आ रहा
making better
है और
decisions.
स्प्लिट वैसे
And
बकागू
so
में
just
जी
letting
का ही
GE
है
with that was
पिक.
Paper
तो
X
मे बी
so
किक
confident enough to not only pick this map,
pick-
but to run
अगर मैं
these players in a very unusual
Just
setup,
can
and it
build
did not pan out.
Not for this one, but let's see
Ooh,
what
bhai.
happens on the
Hello?
next map pick. We will go to a quick break, and then our desk will break this down.
आप सर ब्रेक पे जाए जितना हम वैलोरेंट की प्रैक्टिस पे जाते.
All the way straight down.
No doubt. And
Okay,
yeah,
sir.
I think
Continue to push on through, but at some point you walk straight into the blender. Snake fight
Ooh,
at the feet of
bro.
Secret and CGRS. It works, and now off the tech, and that's where SK Rossi strikes.
he's going to be. Oh, the draft gets
Here comes Monyet with Sheriff.
locked down multiple angles. Yeah, this is just a nice.
Here alone. I think he spotted Forsaken's barrel back, but here comes the flash from Botsy. A sudden pull. They're raising. On to the next. Botsy from behind. CGRS. Jing hunting him down. They were again. How? Off of pure
मैं just logging कर रहा हूँ.
will be able to ring true, but Monyet, he comes out on top with a
यो ब्रो
Frosty now looking for destroy.
ऐसा लगा आज का मैच अभी का ये वाला आइस बॉक्स
Probably a little bit of adrenaline.
मतलब इन्होंने सिर्फ एक मैच जीतने किया राउंड के बाद हाफ राउंड के बाद कॉल क्यों आ रहा है
He's supposed to be our best player. Isn't he? Oh, yeah, that's...
Redo. Behind. Firm up. Behind you. Oh, really? Wait. Okay, gotta be boy
The
soon.
code is 95620
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, guys. Quiet. I need focus. Momentum. Okay, quiet.
He's not picking your call I'm just sick oh आग में ये कितने मार पाता है
37.
Pinky 3
Redo.
oh nice
Alright, let's do it.
अरे अभी वेलो लाइव लॉगिन हो गया वैसे चेंज कर देता हूँ
Oh, so close to 100.
ए सोफी भाई खेल रहे हो क्या भाई
Match found.
एडिंग का भी होगा वैसे इसमें नहीं आ रहा ग्रुप रुक जाओ पहले ये आएंगे मैं भी ऑपरेटर चलाऊंगा
Pay attention. I learned something.
Pay attention.
Fight.
मेरे को कौन सा
You know what to do.
ए साले ओ हेलो बॉगी की लगी क्या
Who trained you? Now we're cooking.
जैक मांगा तो इजी है पर इतना भी इजी ना ले हाँ ऊपर से अरे मेरा नैक नैंकी 3 हाँ 101 किंग की का गया हाँ उसका पड़ गया मेरे को लगा मैं बैक दूंगा,
Gotcha.
मैं बैक ही नहीं। मिस, हाँ मिस कर गया रही। बच गया। हाँ साइड से। नहीं रहना, ले जाएगी ले जाएगी, मैंने मिस कर गया। आया मैं। टॉक।
Down you go.
हाँ ओके। हाँ पीछे का मेरे। अंका किकरी का किया कहीं। कैसे गूग।
On the money.
पीछे से पड़ गया। हाँ मैंने उसे देखा ही नहीं।
Enemy down. Jackass. Out of here. Fire's out.
साइड से पड़ गया अभी।
10 kills remaining.
Down and out. At ease, soldier.
ये खत्म करोगे? इतना भी जल्दी नहीं था। मांगा जल्दी खत्म करने। अच्छा मारा उसने। मिस कैसे कर दिया?
5 kills remaining.
दूर से पड़ गया। 55, okay. Not bad.
One kill remaining.
जी रे हुआ क्या मैच स्टार्ट होने वाला है ना होने वाला है क्या बोल के हो जाएगा मैच एंगल करके गेम हो जाएगा मेरा आ ही नहीं रहा भाई गेम प्ले नहीं आ रहा
Match found.
बिना प्रैक्टिस के खेल रहा हूँ इसके रस्सी भाई
Random noise.
And you're gonna get a traffic jam if it doesn't work out.
Yes.
Well, so far so good, and we do have Mindfreak Devi actually on the Viper lurking towards middle. He will be able to catch some rotations off, but
he pulled
only
off.
one. Monyet answers back with classic shot of his own.
Devi
They will
thought
be
he had
able
the
to pick up
kill.
their weapon.
Yeah. He transferred there. I think he thought he had it.
It's just a Spectre.
I'm back
Yeah, it's not as good as a
Back.
Phantom.
Tough to control. I hate it. But on to the next. We do have a lot of information to work with. Paper X, they are going to be holding down these angles, but look at this great Nebula. It just gives them enough coverage to sneak on over to the backside of Pillar. Still firing blind shots though. Paper X Forsaken will be able to find two before the rest of the squad cleans up.
Yeah, that's a really great play off of that smoke. Just to kind of take that angle where you know that they kind of have to come through so they keep their vision obscured from the enemy. You know,
I'm back,
GE
guys.
here when they're trying to come in and, you know, you can just line those shots up. That's easy peasy. So really well thought out and drawn up there for Paper Rex. And I thought for a moment that countdown, it was too quiet. You know what I mean? Like I didn't hear like knives or players jumping around. And so I'm like, wait, don't be a tech timeout. Don't be a tech timeout. Okay.
This early? Nah, can't
I
be.
will, bro. Like, ooh, texture there just
Might not be.
cuts Jing down. I mean, I think you're seeing that, you know, Paper X is trying to turn up the tempo here. I think they're trying to see if they can just bully GE out of this map.
I don't know. GE does not seem like the kind of team that will stand down. They will not be bullied. They will continue to contest and resist any sort of push coming through. Look at how they're actually positioned up on the B site. Look at how Lightning Fast actually has the position to rotate back over onto mid. Foxy might be taking some shots right now, but it's not that big of a deal.
He's got to go over to Texture to get healed up. I mean, he took a ton of damage. So it's not too bad. Lightning Fast is probably, you know, but I don't know if they're fully aware that the push there from something.
All right, sneaks back up though. Does look like Paper X is pretty adamant on hitting this B site. Maybe trying to pull off a little bit of a rotational fake, but Global's not biting. They have a lot of information across the map.
That kind of position there from something just sold this B hit. Because Batsy's
30
flash
seconds
didn't
left.
connect.
And now they have no idea that he's above them. Mindfreak suddenly pushes along with this, and with the Nebula covering off Defender spawn, Paper X will have the B site delivered to them. 3 players with rifles up on top though, and they are trying to find a couple of picks. Look at how Paper X is positioned though. Look at how they're holding back sight. This is going to be a tough wall for Global to break through.
Now you've got one flash. That's it to get this job done. And there's the flash to buy up
Counter
time and
flash.
get a kill. Yeah, great counter flash.
Player
Foxy
standing.
still not backing down though. A sudden double, but Devi will say that it's lights out this time. we have Paper X winning the bonus.
On their attacker side on Split, now yes, in recent history, Split has been a much
Defender side.
more balanced map with the adjustment that a lot of teams are taking double duelists and that kind of thing. But it's Devi here on the clutch, already coming back in and already having value. You know, find 3 kills in this round. The guy is so critical in these situations. I mean, yes, there's a flank there that's very difficult, but still, or not a clutch, but he had a important kill there at the end. And that's what you're looking for. I mean, again, Devi, I can't stress this enough. I was very, very shocked to not see him in that first map.
Here he is, though.
Yes.
Of course, Salama Hariyai to everyone who is celebrating, but now back into it. 3 rounds on the board for Paper X Global. Off of a save. It does not look like they'll be doing much this round. Maybe a little bit of a push. If they can find Devi, that will be huge. But then again, a Phantom Spray. Maybe not set up by Potsy this time, but okay, we're just gonna triple peek this and it works.
I jinxed Devi.
It's all your fault, people.
It is, yes. That's an upgrade for Texture. It's gonna have that Phantom. They're gonna try to cut through these Seekers and try to limit the information, but one of them does get into the back, so that is gonna reveal.
Maybe just
that defender spawn position.
I'm still worried. Because Global still has the potential to just call drive through. Nonetheless, Paper X holds the right angles, and with this combination, Jinx something, they will be able to frag. What a flick! On through its garage, and we just, well, walk into Texture's crosshairs for the time being. But for Mind Freak, we have the swing, we have Phantom, we will be collecting on that 4th win.
Yeah, Mind Freak's just in a great position there. He's able to take that angle much tighter around that corner, and with Texture out in the open like that, has a pretty good advantage. So nicely done. 6-0 here for Mind Freak. So another player that we've been wanting to see step up for Paper X, and he had some good starts, or a good start in the previous map. Here today, it's been much better. I would say
much better. And of course, like we mentioned,
Devi
coming back in, perhaps that is the
secret.
Devi, if we notice, is actually playing Viper, something that he is not.
We're not so used to
seeing him on. He normally would be on the Sky, but perhaps with Benkai subbing out, this is kind of the different Paper X that we're seeing now. Devi calling the shots, maybe bring some organization to that chaos that we normally love to watch. But back into this, it's clear that Global, there are a little bit of gaps. I mean, that previous round that we saw with something actually on the bonus, going up mid, something that Global definitely wasn't expecting.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's, you can see that Paper X was very able to kind of shake off that last map. There's little lack of confidence in this team. The Des touched on it, that the individual ability is never in doubt with any of these players. It is just coordination at times. It's just a matter of, again, like we talked about, managing the chaos. I'm all about it. I love WK Gaming. That's when they're at their best, is when they're able to WK on their enemies.
PRX
sometimes they get red. Sometimes they start to kind of fall apart. Sometimes they're not there to play off of each other, and you can't consistently win. Battles against the top players in the world. It is, you can do it sometimes, of course, but not all the time.
Yeah, a little bit of a 50-50 hit or miss. But we still do have Global looking for their first win on the map so far, getting a lot of information. Botsy with the Seekers will be looking to delay the push, even going along with a spray from Monyet. They will be able to do a little bit more damage. Now a 3rd perhaps, but something answers back in full. A quick double, and then the tail and an uptrap over onto the other side. Lightning fast, just wrapping around the pillars. He's going back and forth. He's looking for the last one, and that's going to be something's head. Texture pushing along with this now. A heal to top him off. Just to buy time. Not going to pull out utility because
nice round.
Is how Texture will read the situation, taking something's head clean off.
Yeah, I mean, Batsy's just barely able to buy enough time here, and Monyet with 2 huge kills from Heaven dropping down. Now, he got flashed, but so is his opponent on the way in, and that gave him just enough time to kind of recover and react to get that 2nd kill before he gets taken out. Something with a great reaction of his own in there. You can see he's going to get full flashed. He drops down, and it wears off just before his opponent's does, so he's able to get the kill. That is clean from something. I mean, obviously that Blade Storm earlier was... you don't see that too often, a play like that, but of course that was...
You never see it.
the one highlight from the Paper X defender's side.
Right now, he's got an op in his hand. That's kind of worrying, a little bit risky. If it pays off, it's huge as well. And I feel like that's something that we're repeating a lot for Paper X these days.
Well, it's part of their MO right now, right?
इस बार उंगोंगे सेज की लीज बार उंगोंगे सेज की
He's allowed to get it. And it's part of their plan is to let the players do what they're comfortable with. Let them, play the way that they succeed. And that has worked at times and it hasn't at others. So it looked good to start, right? Our first match was something. It looked great.
I mean, they're approaching this round differently now. They're expecting that paint shells to be thrown by lightning fast, and they're holding, delaying the push. And now it strikes Forsaken with the up instead. He's gonna find one pick, but not before more pushes come out of Global. Something will be able to find a bit of damage, but Aaron trades. And then players spike down. Ooh, but Jing was prepared for that shot. He's got the showstopper as well, Paper Thin.
30 seconds left.
I mean, Monyet there tried to set up Aaron for that kind of unexpected play. But Jing not fooled even a little bit. He takes the knife out at the wrong time, though. Oh, no,
just
the timing.
We're just jump peeking. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. Global. Still have Batsy on the other side, but of course, guiding light on the side of Forsaken as well. Maybe a little bit of team blind, but Showstopper is actually buying so much time. Fires off the shot. Monyet starts to peek. Gets the first one from the back, but Forsaken plays off contact and trades.
Nice
to dodge on over, but Batsy gets him on the cross.
Yeah,
nice
just a great action here from Monyet. He's able to use that Nova Pulse to kind of cross in front there, a little bit of a flash, and then Jing gets completely
going
stuck
for op?
with that ult in the back. Like you mentioned, he had it. It's a great ult to have, but he kind of pulled it out, and it's so smart here the way that GE is able to react to that, to not suffer any damage from it, and then Batsy's right there.
maybe shot अच्छा मारा ये वाला.
Good team play
Nice
once again from GE, but
no?
Paper X still up ahead by 2 rounds, and I got a couple ults in the bag that are really useful. Viper's Pit, of course, you have the counter, Viper's Pit, and a lot of ults for GE.
In all these firefights, Global has the information to work off of, and that's how they're winning these rounds. Batsy knew where the last player was, just needed to land that micro flick, and he does.
I was going to say, surely PRX doesn't push this Viper's Pit. Like, you guys watched what happened to Talon last week when they tried to do it, right?
No.
But that's bad. Batsy down. That's a key piece of this puzzle. A good push out by Lightning Fast here. You see this a lot with GE, where they like to use that wall.
A lot of sudden aggressions, and it does pay off dividends.
Oh, Jing.
Jing क्या मार रहा है Goog? ये Jing ने क्या मारा?
Aaron trying to respond, but the Viper's Pit will be dropped. He's a little bit paranoid that someone might be coming from the back, but not where he expects. It's going to be Lightning Fast shuts Jing down instead. Spike might be planted now, but this is still an even fight.
See that
G, let's go. You can do this.
Wants to clear out Heaven here. Based on this plant position, that's right by that door. Here comes the ult.
Great. Oh my god, one showstopper, that could end it all. Lightning Fast clears. He's maybe anticipating that they're behind Garage. Almost shot towards Heaven. That's where the contact plays comes out. Guiding light, careful peeks, biding time. But Forsaken's back exposed. Lightning Fast is stuck under hell. Mindfreak pulling them in with the gravity well, not allowing them to get the DPUs. And there it is. A sudden quadra. Mindfreak is back, ladies and gents.
That's so well played here by Mindfreak. So well thought out by Paper X. Such an uncharacteristic plant spot right by that door. And it completely makes GE think that somebody's in the alley. That has to be where he's going to come from. But no, Mindfreak still got the utility to delay. A great entry here by Jing. One of the other things that has been talked about with these two players is, with Jing and Forsaken in this case, is who's going to be able to out-blast pack the other. The Jess talked about it with Lightning Fast. He had some struggles. Jing is the better blast packer. Jing is the best blast packer in Pacific. I'm just going to say it. He is. He is the best blast packer.
He has got a lot of highlights.
No doubt about it.
Okay. We've seen this before. Toxic Screen, a triple peak, but Paper X is prepared for it. They will be able to spray forward, taking off 3, 4 players, 5. The Vi. Last one goes to him. 6-2 Global. Nice attempts. Doesn't work out this time.
As the EMEA casters say, blink and you miss it. That one.
I kind of blinked on that one.
Did you?
No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
how dare you blink that? Oh my god,
No.
I don't know.
My
उनके
eyelids
पास
are
भी
hanging
किंग है, उनके
open,
पास
and
वाइपर
yeah,
कॉल
I was
के
gonna say,
वो में भी बी पे खेलेंगे
we,
वाइपर कॉल
we've had these situations before
ए
where
भी
we've
कर
had to
सकते हैं वाइपर के वाइपर जा रही है
No,
pry our eyelids open. No, I'm just kidding.
not with this series.
No, 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 no.
Not with the next series either. But here we go.
No.
Operator back in hand now.
ओ मुझे लगा वो इधर बैठ
Extra sentinel operator, and he's looking for an early pick.
Yeah, he doesn't have any support here, so this has to be very good. But I mean, Mind Freak might have a decent read on this. He does.
And
He knew. He read that like a book.
not quite the safe position that Texture was hoping for as well. A little bit of an aggression towards mid, but then suddenly double session back. Well, maybe not double, but back in towards sewers and back into A. Bit of a guiding light, and Aaron
निकाल
is
लेंगे
looking to
रे
put a stop
सामने
to
वाले
this. He's calling for backup, but of course Monyet is
Oh
kind
my
of
God.
trapped up. But look at this positioning,
Bro.
shut down by something up on top of heaven. Paperworks have got them completely surrounded, but Aaron still able to delete players away. He's got support from Basi as well, right underneath him, right underneath something's nose. But guess what's happening on the other side of the map?
Yeah, I mean, this is just Mind Freak just kind of chilling on the other side of the map there, getting some big kills in the last couple of rounds here for the side of Paper.
मुझे लगता है ये निकाल
Now
सकते
they
हैं
know, sights open, and the retake here challenging at best.
Yeah, you might want
They
to
are
save.
saving. Nice call.
No doubt. I mean, this is 100% the right move here for GE. It is just too risky with the way that their economy is to go for this. You can see literally Texture 0 credits, 50 for Aaron, 150 for Monyet. So, yeah, you got to save these guns because you're going to be able to get a couple more in the next round. And you need to stabilize here as GE. They've been great on this map. Phenomenal on this map.
Playing the long game. And you have to consider that they are starting on defense as well.
Yeah, and I mean, phenomenal on this map previously. Today it hasn't been so good. But GE, this has been the map that, as I think, impressed all of us the most.
Yeah.
With the way that the level of competition that they've been able to bring. But that also opens them up to some reads here. And Paper Rex, again, there's no fear in this Paper Rex team. They are perfectly content to just send it at you, and they react so well to things. Like, look what happened with Lightning Fast. He tries to sneak in that corner of the Cosmic Divide, and they just perfectly react to it.
That's why I'm really curious, truly, if that was a call made by Divine. The sudden mid-round adaptation to maybe pull a bit of a fake on A and then actually send the spike over to B. It was perfect. On to this next round, though. Mind Freak starts things off with a bit of a spray. There is still a triple push coming through, though. Something checks the off angle. Will be to find one. Mind Freak peeks back again, but gets deleted. Now they're fully aware that there is a weapon lost to Global.
Yeah, they saw 3, so they know that A's the weak side here.
Texture here.
Yeah, they know A's the weak side. Texture just trying to buy a little bit of time. Something gonna up and over the slow orb. And now Texture able to dodge the Trailblazer. Wants to think about putting up a wall. Something continuing to pressure in, but Batsy didn't check the corner. Jing able to get the trade though.
That's gonna be Heaven kind of lost. Jing drops down to Hell. They're looking for the spike plant. The Texture still a thorn in their sides, up by elbow, goes for the peek, gets shut down by Tavai. A quick double, and that leaves Monyet alone. Jing has full control now, and he's waiting for the angle. Monyet just pushes into him, though.
Certainly not.
14 HP.
14 HP? Certainly not.
How is this happening? He's dropped.
क्या ये
Have
क्लच
to
होगा
anticipate that he's going back into
Oh
elbow.
my God.
Oh no! Not
Yeah.
watching the angle at the right time. but
Timing.
Forsaken. Thankfully, caught unaware. That is going to be 8-2.
Well, that felt like it was going to be in a Monyet
Two
clutch
round
there, but he
Almost.
turned away. Yeah,
G
Guess
he
fighting
had to
guys
check that corner.
G
Yeah.
It's
fighting
not Monday.
I know, that's, Victoria was saying that. She's like, it's not Monday. And I was like, you're right, it's not. Half the time, I don't know what
sorry.
day it is, but...
it's Valorant Day. It's
It's
Valorant Pacific-
exactly. I know it's Valorant Day. I know I got to be at
VCT
work.
Pacific Day. Yes,
That's right. Which
Still-
is fine.
Let's-
That's where I'd rather be.
2-8, and that's gonna be Global. Still desperate to find a bit more of a win. I mean, kind of worked out. There was that poison orb in his face. Might have gone really wrong if someone was on the
एरिंग
other
गलत
side.
कर रहा है भाई
Yeah, but
बच
then
गया
there's no TikTok, reel for that one. So I don't know, man.
Oh, we want to have the TikToks.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta. I mean, but that's the thing with Jing. Like, if he can get those openings like that, get those kills. That does kind of, really put GE on the back foot. It does like mental damage as well, right? They're already so far down in this map. It's 8-2 already. And if he's able to just get an opening like that, then that's gotta hurt. That's gotta feel bad when you know it's coming.
Well, now you know. Seekers will confirm it. Something pushing in with a sortie. And inside of the Nebula, Monjet will not survive. Shotgun to shotgun, and we're back into a contest towards the A site. Viper's Pit now up by Paper Rex, but look at how deep this one goes. It might cover off a good stream, but you need to block off elbow. Jing has Heaven under control, and this is his domain. This is where he will be able to find a little bit more. Hate shells through. Last one's gonna be Aaron. Continues to hold down the spray and commit to it. Allows for Jing to actually sidestep. Gets the head.
Wing side gig चला गया रे.
I mean, that's just Jing just playing so well
यही
there.
तो नहीं चाहते
Just
थे
reading
wing
the
side
angles
gig जाना.
perfectly, reading
Wing
the
side gig
timing,
चला गया
just
match
trying to
पूरा.
push up ropes. That's everything you want out of Jing. Even though the blast back off the rip doesn't go well, it's okay. He's gonna make up for it and then some here.
I have to be a little bit honest here, Paper Pit.
Yeah, go ahead.
It kind of looks like, well, I'm curious, but is Aaron possibly not able to read what Paper X is throwing at them? It looks like he's kind of delayed, and he used those Seekers to really confirm information, but by the time they wanted to react to it, Paper X is already all over the A site.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like that, the tempo and the style here is vastly different than what we saw in Icebox from Paper Rex. And I think Aaron was able to, sometimes if you get in that flow, you get in that momentum, you're reading your opponent so well, like we saw in the second half of Icebox, with Aaron, that can mess with you a little bit if, like, the ideas and the thought process change so drastically. Whoa. Oh my God, something again. Dude, these Blade Storms have been absolutely nasty.
Speaking of drastic, I mean, how do you read what can't be read? How do you read chaos? Maybe Monjet can. Maybe he is that anchor that Global are looking for. Inside of his nebula, he peeks out. Oh my God! A sudden 90-degree flick.
No way.
No way! What? He's still alive! How is he doing this? Mind Freak. Indonesian controller versus Indonesian controller.
He's on for the ace.
M versus M. He is down really low though. A single shot, but he's not looking the right direction. Monjet!
Bro, again is.
To save Global from extinction.
I mean, it
Yeah,
just
trying,
wouldn't
bro.
be a map of split
Aish
without
bhai,
a
yeah,
Monjet.
trying.
I mean,
हो
he
नहीं
is
रहा है.
just
देखो अभी एस निकाल गया मोनियाक ने.
I don't even understand it. He's
Against
amazing.
TRX, against talent. He's come up with ace so many times.
It's only he has 3 aces and all of them are on split. It's just unbelievable.
Oh,
I mean, he just reacts.
भाई ये वाला शॉट बहुत तगड़ा मारा इसने.
Just him, not always looking in the right place, but I'll be damned if he doesn't react to things insanely quickly. This one just a great, kind of read on Mind Freak's position, but.
Not again. सही है. हाफ टाइम हो गया. कर्स हुआ. जी फाइकिंग लिखो गाइस. जी फाइकिंग होगा ये. कर्स हुआ है. जीतेगी. अगर जीके भी नहीं ना तो भी लेवल पे लाएगी. ना बुरा नहीं हारेगी. हारेगी को भी इनको पसीना छूटता है.
The mental changes. You're much more confident, especially off the backs of plays like that. So, and now you may not have that double duelist, that you're seeing from the side of Paper Rex. But if Lightning Fast has cleaned up some of his blast backing, some of his entries, we don't have a little bit of whoopsies with the paint shells, then this could go well, I think.
Or entirely possible. Are we invoking the curse right now, Paper?
No.
I
We don't believe it.
Don't believe in curses. Okay. I mean, I do think this is still a little bit more comfortable for Paper X, but if they start to get a little bit complacent with this, it's gonna hurt. Like, what the match key is.
ए ये सब गोल यहाँ कहाँ लिखा आ रहा है. एक सेकंड. बहुत गया अभी देखा.
They are looking to climb up in these standings. Whereas on Paper X's side, they might be able to afford some losses. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also not the best. It's
Lol.
dangerous right now.
Yeah, if you're going to compete
बकाया भी नहीं मुझे को.
to get the buys in the playoffs.
मैंने को जिंक के मुंह पे देखा दिखा रहा है.
Basically, because you already have Genji and DRX who are squaring up next, both undefeated so far. Of course, somebody will lose a game, but still, they're both pretty far ahead, and so therefore,
This round is
Paper X,
important.
to keep up with that
very
pace. This is a
important
huge,
for GE.
a huge game. And then, like you said, for GE, almost feels like not a must-win, but very close to. You would love to get this win because then you can really start thinking about playoffs. You can really start saying, okay, we can go head-to-head with this, explosive, high-powered Paper Rex squad. They've come close to taking maps off of
लॉल
GRX.
वाइपर से
There's no
F हो
doubt that
गया
GE has the potential.
Talking about Lightning Fast versus Jing. We also have Monyet versus Mind Freak.
Yes.
We have to say Monyet so far has been performing fantastic.
And Mind Freak, too. Both have had really good maps.
Here it comes, and that's going to be the paint shell. The frenzy from Aaron will be able to destroy. Two players gone. A bit of an exchange. Something just hold up and prepare to receive. Instant tailwind back. But surely you have to prepare for ramp.
Nice, bae.
One shot. Mind Freak is the only one left. We talked about him, and he has to show up right now.
Well, I mean, Aaron with the frenzy, name a more iconic duo. The guy's just been absolutely disgusting with them. He's a big part, frankly, of why their pistol rounds have been so one-sided for GE. And it looks like they might get another one. Now, if Mind Freak checks this angle, if he can get the first win, that's the first piece of the puzzle.
ठीक है
All right. What's the second piece? Maybe he's got to find them, but look at how they're holding this. A bit of a crossfire position. Spike down, and as soon as he taps it, both of them are going to swing outside of main. So he pulls it off.
नाइस रॉन्ग
But the double peak
Nice
still secures it anyway. Like you said, Aaron, Frenzy, iconic duo.
Yeah, no doubt. There's something special about him with that gun. Him and RB. It's really impressed me with the frenzy more than others.
Also, global and pistol win. Also iconic duo.
Exactly. And again, it's stuff like this. Aaron, Monyet sometimes when it goes, things like that that are just so. They just said it. Frenzy God. Yeah, absolutely, it's true.
we want more round like this G faking लिखोगा इधर
So funny.
suppose
He's got a great attitude. He came in today super
we
confident.
will
Also a
come
cracked
back
player.
He's very good. And again, Icebox, you could tell. He was dialed in. He was reading things well. It was a tough side, but going up against that double duelist of Paper Rex is hard for anybody. We've seen the best teams in the world struggle against that.
A little bit more in control on the attacking side, if anything, I think, because you get to be more active as opposed to being passive and
चार जने साइड पे
throw at you. You're throwing things at Paper Rex, and right now Paper Rex has to be the one to react accordingly to these plays. They hear so much utility being dumped up on towards A. I don't know if they can actually hold it down though. Forsaken, only a classic in hand. Utility almost all spent. A guiding light refreshed now, but he's gonna get spammed with util. And he's trying to hide, trying to stay corrected, but no! Spectre will still be able to run and gun through. Lightning Fast now on a rampage of his own. A quick double, a third!
नाइस रे
The blast packs will ring true for him. Something peeks out.
मिस किया मेरे जैसे मिस किया इसके भी
Shot now. In fact, having a nade blown up in his face. Goes back to Earth screen.
That's what we wanted to see from Lightning Fast. Those were some great blast packs, some great accurate shooting right off the landings. Beautiful stuff from Lightning Fast. Let's see if something could drop a few more Spectres. If you get one or two more, one's okay, two's great. He can find it, but nobody's given an inch. Now they're going to try to play off of that contact. Yeah.
Oh man, look at
नेग करना
them
नाइस
just
रे
holding down the angle and then for Aaron to come up from behind.
Yeah, just great stuff here from Lightning Fast. This is why we've really been hammering home this raise battle on this map because it is so important. You can see the impact that
इनको बाय करना चाहिए क्योंकि इनके पास ज्यादा राउंड नहीं है
right now. And like you're saying, both of our
मांगा
Astros
कि
having great maps.
कर सकते हैं लेकिन उन्होंने फुल बाय किया है और you know you have to also guess
This is so needed for Paper Rex.
The raises and the Astros.
भाई ये माइंड फ्रीक अगर वो वाला गेम प्ले निकाला दिक्कत आएगी
Still though, I'm just giggling at how he was jiggling with that sheriff earlier on.
Well, sometimes just trying to stay active.
तो उसने कौन सा फ्लैश किया
Circulation going,
And now trying to be a little bit more proactive on the B side, blocking off the push. But if anything, it's just global action.
आगे रोके किंग
util. In fact, rotating back forward now. Paper Rex won't have that much left.
Gee, I think really wants somebody to push out from Paper Rex to see if they can get that pick, upgrade a gun, and then try to make their way through. But Paper Rex, I love the way they're playing. Nobody's, playing contact here. Jing can afford to get one and leave. Throw the blast pack.
Okay,
So good.
leave, please leave.
No, he doesn't need to. He dodged the flash.
All right. They might not be aware of it, but Mind Freak gets caught lacking. Asleep at the wheel, and that allows for Global to go in towards the B site. The only one there that can hold it off is something. Maybe backed up by Forsaken, and they will make it happen. Bossy, the only one left, trying to pick up a weapon as he has run out of ammo, but Forsaken will come in full set. 10-5, Paper Rex looking to close this one out.
Yeah, I mean, a great little micro play from Jing there at the ropes that, you know, he could play for the first kill, throws the blast pack to make sure they can't come up the rope, and because the flash goes so far past him, actually, because I think, you know, Batsy's expecting Jing to fall back, right? Nah, not Jing. He's got too much confidence. And therefore, you know, the flash doesn't connect enough that they can pressure him. They can re-aggress on him. So they have to change direction. Now, they're able to get a kill off of that, but the reaction there from Paper X, that round really well handled.
He is the guy to make that happen, but this round, we're getting a little bit greedy. And Bossy will punish that greed. Slaps your hand, get out of that cookie jar. You're not gonna steal anything here.
All I can think about is that stupid song.
Yes, who took the cookie
from? Oh my god. I hate that song, but now it's in my head. Thanks, Quack.
I'm sorry. I'm like smiling.
I know that this does not bother you at all that you put the most annoying song on the planet in my head. I can just tell. I have something about it. All right, here comes
Timing Goog.
And it works. Oh!
Timing Goog.
Bossy goes in, but all right. Again, he's the guy who stops you from putting your hand in that cookie jar.
That's right.
Spike gets planted now, and maybe a little bit slow on the rotations. The crossfire has been set up. It's 2-on-3, and it's easy pickings for Lightning Fast and Texture. Devi tries to dance forward with this, though. Gets blinded for a second, tries to flush him out of position with a snake bite, but it doesn't go deep enough. Tries to spray with the Phantom.
Nice.
Bossy collects on that fourth. And that's going to be a round for Global.
That's just a great round from Batsy. I mean, huge. He just
मुझे लगा था कि ये थोड़ा करेगा.
For G off this round, I mean, just the way that him and Lightning Fast are playing off each other, they're great. Mind Freak, what alert for flank. Gets 2 huge kills, but it's Batsy with the reaction there to kind of bail his team out. And there's, the G.
G fighting.
That's the real reaction I wanted to see. I was trolling him a little bit after the something clip.
Just absolutely pop it off. And again, that's the duality of man right there. Some rounds we see Jing going crazy, and even with the aggression, even with the ego to just go in and
X going B.
But this time, you get peeked, and that's going to be the punishment from Bossy. On to the next round now, and that's going to be Paper X trying to slow things down, trying to play some default defensive position. Zero information so far, though, because Global are pulling off a default of their own.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. He's unbelievable. He just does not miss knives. He's just
shocked.
It's just not even fair. You can't even peek against it. He's so fast.
He is something. We'll have the Poison Cloud back up on mid, though, and that allows for Jing to get a little bit adventurous with this. The double, well, one satchel.
What?
Once more.
Hello?
Putting his foot down.
You make me kick.
So, you know, you can afford to take a little bit of damage there.
And I think that's what Global are trying to do now. You know, expecting Paper X to push. Maybe Lightning Fast gets a little punished by that sudden peak from something, but
yeah. And you're right, they are. I mean, Paper X is pushing. Something's already in spawn. And, oh my god. No. He reads that. Vino with the response. It's a kill. Viper's Pit is going to come up. And
okay.
Devi pushes right on the edge.
Down, 10 seconds left, and they have to stick it. Surely spraying through the Viper's Pit will connect some shots. He drops down. And he's gotten the round. Something doesn't even need to do anything anymore. No way you defuse. But Aaron is still fighting.
Not enough time, though. Yeah, I mean, it was just... I thought for a moment there, maybe there was a world he gets that last kill, but... I mean... Yeah, GE needs a timeout. They could not get that spike down. I mean, Devi just... No respect for that Viper's Pit whatsoever.
Trying.
See it, but like... Something just like AFK'd in the last... Like, the moment Devi got the frag, he didn't do anything anymore.
Well played.
Like, alright, we won.
Well played.
GG. Well, I think he was waiting at the edge. I think he was expecting that push out from Aaron.
Kismat
Potentially.
na
I don't
do.
know. I mean, who knows? Maybe there was a keyboard issue or something. But you know, I think he was expecting that push out. He just kind of guessed wrong on which angle Aaron would come out from.
We've gotten the round. One more is going to be match point, and hence the timeout for Global. Looking to find a crack, a slip in HyperX's defense.
Yeah, it's really tough when you have a confident PaperX that starts disrespecting your utility, that starts, you know, playing ahead of what you expect. I mean, we saw it with Jing on that ropes play, right, where he's able to get ahead of the flash.
This
time,
something.
It's something, right? I mean, they don't respect your utility. They're going to try to get ahead of you because that's the way that they feel comfortable winning.
बग अगर ये कॉन्फ़िगर नहीं हुआ कोई इनका करना मुश्किल है रे.
Utility against you. And in this case, you know, you're not expecting Divide to just, you know, be right there to watch the edge of that Viper's pit and then drop right down in and get another kill, and it's devastating.
Exactly. Some of those are really individual performances from HyperX, and we're seeing it on stats right now, all those kills on their side. But maybe this time, a little bit of a default perhaps, looking for some mid-round adaptation. We've seen this toxic screen, we've seen the Nebula up on top, but
ये
this
देखो
time, we're just
कैसे फाइट लेते हैं यार ये.
Yeah, they're trying to set up those fast
Cooking zeros से हार गई थी इस बार बेहतर खेल रही.
time to that.
हाँ
cheating a little bit.
पिछली बार ना. हाँ
Still, Mindfreak able to anchor down B,
नाइस.
gets the pull, gets the shot.
गया ये मैच काग
The
से.
way that Aaron's body scooted across the
Oh no.
I got the spike.
And this is a Global that's looking to make something work. The mid push, the B split, but information has been gathered and reacted to upon by PaperX.
Remaining.
Jing now, a first shot, and then he goes for the chase. A second kill to secure the win, and PaperX have gotten match point.
Yeah, this is just good stuff here from PaperX, and they're reading the angles, they're finding the timings.
GRX से आ रही थी क्या पिछली बार भी? पिछली बार को शायद GRX से आ रही थी. नहीं GRX को अच्छा खेली थी. बोला था कि कत्तर खा. पता नहीं.
I would love that, but it doesn't look like it based on the map. Sadly, the raises are on opposite sides, but you've got kind of the lightsaber duel over on A with the toxic screen. It does look like that, doesn't it? It does, yeah. It looks like Luke and Vader are about to fight over there.
ये पूरा रह नहीं पाया.
Global, they have to make this one work. They're looking to contest against it. Showstopper has been popped by lightning fast, and something is just waiting on the other side to land a mid-air shot. They continue to push forward, and it's a huge clash between both teams. Lightning fast getting traded out now, and that's 2 players left on Global side. Mindfreak popping the Cosmic Divide just to allow for Jing to push through, but he gets taken down. And then Divide blocking them off from the spike.
Yeah.
2v2 है.
So smart from Divide. Knew the spike was down. Yeah, I mean, now you got to find some way with zero utility to get through here. And you're going to have to trick PaperX on positioning. It is a 2v2. You've got that going for you. Bozzy's able to find a Vandal, but yeah, I mean, that's really tough to deal with right here, is those shorties.
He's just going to sit in this Viper's pit for as long as possible. If anything, Aaron comes up from behind. Maybe he finds Mindfreak. I mean, maybe he finds Divide, excuse me. And then that could be the trick. But look at how Mindfreak's pushing deeper and deeper. Bozzy waiting for Aaron to go through the barrel. Oh, he kind of sneaked through. But Mindfreak gets the shot anyway. Not expecting him on the left side. And that's going to be Aaron now. Wait, what?
Did he get through?
He did. He picked up the spike.
Oh
1
my
HP.
God.
He has to stick it now, though. And they're just trying to jump peek against him. Can he find a little bit of cover? He's going to try to make it happen. Both of them dropping down, rushing in onto him, trying to play against his nerves, but Aaron going for the spray. He commits, but the spray does not connect. Divide with the triple.
GG रे.
13-6, they claim map 2.
Yeah, so a great bounce back here for PaperX. So both teams taking their map picks away from each other.
इस बार शायद ग्राउंड्स क्या है?
A sigh of relief here for the fans in Singapore. This was definitely one that, you know, after that icebox, I'm sure alarm bells were ringing, and now we can silence them, at least for now.
At least for now.
Yeah, at least for now. GE though, I mean, you know, the attacker side started good, but the defender side just, they, like you were talking about, they couldn't really get a read. They couldn't ever control the map. It just was like Paper X was just kind of going wherever they wanted, however they wanted. And again, it's just when Paper X is confident, that's when they're scary. And Mind Freak had one hell of a map, dude. 20 kills, 8 deaths, 6 assists.
कोशिश को यही है नहीं पर मतलब पहले भी ऐसा हुआ था ना कि रिप्लेस हुआ काको में भी शायद इस बार रॉन्ग्स किया है पर रॉसी आएगा को अच्छी बात है रॉसी आएगा को फिर फुल चांसेस है जीतने के नहीं आएगा को भी चांसेस है जीतने के पर रॉसी का गेम प्ले देखना है हैकिंग ही
But some other rounds, not so much, and then it becomes a big question mark in the minds of, say, Aaron or the entire squad.
Yeah, to me, a lot of times, like, this sounds kind of basic to say.
इसके जंप करके फाइट मारा बे सही है
Prepared for the angles that GE was taking, so they've done their homework. You know, they've seen what GE does on this map, how they approach it, what kind of positions they like to hide in, and it felt like every
अपनों को जी फाइटिंग करना है बस
you know, Paper X was ready for it. So this is just a great performance from them, and
let's do
you know,
G
again,
fight
I think the rumor I was hearing off stage was that they were just kind of gonna go for it. It was confident. It was you know, let's just literally W key. I mean, for lack of a better description, I'm not gonna give away exactly what I was told, but
all
wasn't
aim,
too far
no
off.
brain, just go, just W key it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what we love to watch. But then, is that going to work every single time, though? Because our next map is going to be Pearl. We'll let our desk handle that analysis. We're going to go for a quick break. Do not click that X on your browser. We're lurking towards middle. We will be able to catch some rotate. Wait, Nebula. It just gives them enough coverage to sneak on over to the backside room. Nonetheless, Paper X holds the right angles, and with this combination, change something. They will be end-of-tailing enough trap over onto the other side. Lightning fast, timing time, but for allowing them to get the deep here. And there it is before. Toxic Streak a triple peak, but hey, it might cover off a bit of screen. He will be able to find a little bit more. Pink shell through. Last one's going to be Aaron.
No way.
No way! Really low, though. A single shot, but he's not looking the right direction. There's Surely you have to prepare for it, but no. Spectre will still be able to run and gun through. Lightning fast now on a rampage of his own. A quick double.
आपको
this
कुछ
screen, it always shows just the pure KD, the kill to death, but not a single person on the side of Global Esports going positive in terms of pure KD instead of KDA. Just goes to show that obviously Paper Rex kind of back in form in terms of pure fragging power. And then on top of that, there were a couple rounds where we could see kind of the ideas and minds behind Paper Rex really starting to come together once again. I mean, there was an excellent 2v2, Tasteless, that you were pointing out backstage where Paper Rex was able to close it out and get another win on the board.
Yeah, let's pull this one up on screen now. This little duel that we
शायद
had over
इस पे
here,
खेलता है
over at B. We saw the spike get planted over here, just in front of the door, just in front of the entrance. And this in the past has not been as common.
नहीं इस पे सही दिख रहा है को फिर ये नहीं होगा
What it does is
क्योंकि उस
very concerned about the alley. The fact that, you know, if you're going to try to go for a defuse, they can just pop out around the corner, get that kill pretty quickly. But in fact, it was a double stack up on top in heaven. And what they did really effectively is basically just milk the clock. They didn't come out, they didn't expose themselves. They forced the scout all the way from here and down into the hall to then get the confirmation.
ये वाला है
Here.
क्या
But by then it's almost too late. They just don't have that much time to work with. We see an attempt here on the first
फिर
defuse.
भी
But again, there's just not that much time left. They pull it away with the gravity well, pop out again, get the kill, and there it is. An excellent tactical round there for PRX.
Yeah, it was really well piloted, and one of the biggest things was like being able to take away all of those guns just further crippled the economy from the side of Global Esports. So it made it that much more difficult for them to try to recover and get their way back in. I mean, it was a very devastating half. Yeah, it looked like it was at the end of the 10-2. They were kind of lucky to get by with the 9-3 at the end of it all. I mean, most of them were heroic.
ओ भाई ये बहुत गो लगता है कैसे खेलते हैं
But yeah, I mean, Munyet, for whatever reason, he and Split kind of go hand in hand. Granted, you know, even with
हाँ मुझे वो समझ नहीं आता ब्रो
something great movement goes into
मैं
something
फिर भी ये कर
damage.
दूं एक बार के
Then Munyet just continues to be an absolute beast of an anchor on the B site. But this
ये
is
वाला
one
भी
of the
कर
few
दूं
rounds where he was really able to find an insane amount of value. And while
ये
he
वाला
does end up getting an ace at the end of this,
ये वाला
he
फिर भी मैं
only does have, I don't think he gets any other
फर्क तो क्या पड़ रहा है
I think he gets 13 kills at the very end. So he wasn't really able to find any additional value going into that second half on the attack. So things were definitely, he was definitely on the start line. The whole team was here for the last global. Unorthodox, just given the impactful time and time again on the attack. Big press goes over to the right. Prepared for this match, anticipating it, leaving it open. They said, okay, take it. Seems like they laid a really nice trap here for global, and they stepped right in from there.
Yeah, they just ran right into it. And as you mentioned as well, obviously kind of the pace of the game that Paper Rex brought didn't really give Paper Rex time to try to catch on to how do I want to make the reads over here against Paper Rex and things like that. But I also want to point out, we talked about Banyet versus Mindfreak when they're opening up the match today. And Mindfreak finally kind of put it up the performances that we have been expecting to do for a long time.
Mindfreak has really stepped it up. One of the big things we were talking about as evident even match one is Mindfreak on a play, and he had a lot of moments that could have gone either way. He really dominated. Always getting shots off, always control the site. And had he not been able to do this, we would have had either a very close victory or possibly a Global Esports 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, this was, you know, you go back to the last time that they played on this map, you know, they were able to take some rounds away from the RX, and overall, it's just, he wasn't finding value, he was absolutely floored. We turn around a goal. This is what we want to see every game. Didn't quite get it in map number 1. Here he comes out, he really helped guide the team across the finish line. He and Jing very much leading the charge in that regard as far as how much impact they can find. And this was just a fantastic performance to see. Because after the first map, I really was in the camp of like, okay, we'll have this one in the back. I wasn't surprised we're going to be going to a
Yeah, and obviously that, that both teams have kind of taken around with. Obviously, we started Paper Rex against the Phoenix. We'll see that get to play against today as they face off with Esports. Mindfreak. One more thing you kept pointing out with the big cast, right? It's just
15% का हो रहा है सही है। मेरा कभी क्यों ऊपर
There's
नहीं
been
जाता
a little bit of experimenting already here today. Maybe it's time to go back to something that looks a little bit more stock standard. For the side, though, I think that for both teams, they have both come off of some decent victories as far as their most recent performances. PRX beating one, beating nice control. So teams are fairly comfortable on the down. This, of course, possibly first look with Rossi on the left.
True. Yeah. I mean, again, we only saw SK Rossi on like control a couple weeks ago. Only started playing this week, so a lot of people still have question marks about what is your kind of final team. Is it really for map bases? We're still unpacking the package of both.
They got to be Rossi back. I think it would be foolish to try to utilize it. It's been a very interesting match in that several times we're kind of surprised by who they picked. I'm even kind of surprised they took Rossi out of the game, to be honest.
It's not going to be known for the raid. Considered a I mean, they could have Rossi and go for a double duelist setup. Just given the setup, maybe now that they've lost under them, I don't know, maybe Global will. That's how they actually split the future match. You know what team on us, we need to do. Maybe that does end up being the adjustment. We'll have to just wait and see. Now, when camera pan over across the opposite side, because I see my break Devon, I see something, and it seems like not going to be changes on the other side of the arena, of course.
Camera was really waiting for that.
I know
last
this
spot.
is
I was
best
like, oh
building.
no,
No,
some
it's
down.
Norris again. We're gonna okay.
Okay.
So we've got Ronsky coming back in. So hey,
रॉन्स्की ओके टेक्सचर की जगह रॉन्स्की आया है चलो गेम में चल
Yeah, but that must mean, I mean, either Lightning Fast is staying and they're figuring out a raise combo, or SK Rossi has to be coming back in for that jet, right? That seems to have been the change they've gone for, where Texture is now the dedicated sentinel, and coming back in for that jet position, and then Ronsky being subbed in over Texture.
So we can assume that Ronsky, I mean, just given what he's shown us so far, is widely been KO.
चलो
I'm expecting, and the last time that they did play here on Pearl, he was playing KO. I think it's going to very much be the same. That means that Bazzi, I'm curious if he goes back to playing Fade or if it's going to be the Sky here. I think that they need some info gather other than the 0-point knife. So I think that they'll probably stick with him on Fade. But then from there, I suppose this is going to be Aaron back over to Killjoy. So it seems like when you want to work this KO in, when you want to have Rossi playing Jet, you obviously can't sub out your IGL. Well, I mean, Paper X do.
Well,
it
yeah,
all the
some
time.
teams do.
But they don't want to sub out their IGL and Aaron, so he'll flip back over to playing the KJ. And yeah, it is going to be Bazzi on Fade. So this is, same composition that we have been seeing from Global Esports over the last several times that they have played on this map. And pretty much, yeah, the same here from the side of Paper X as well. Jing back on the Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, both sides kind of sticking true to what they've shown so far, having faith that the compositions were not, they don't need any change. It's really just going to be about how you adjust to each other.
Exactly.
Yes.
And this is really going to be about, who can get a better read on the opponent. Because already, both teams should have had a good amount of prep done. These compositions have not changed. The players may have just a little bit, but you are expecting this from each side. So it's all going to come down to these mid-round calls, getting a read on your opponents. We'll see who gets the better of it.
All right, well, it comes down to the wire. Going to Pearl for
रॉन्स्की भी आया और रॉन्स्की भी आया
Paper Rex and Global
Texture.
Esports. Let's head into the game with our casters, Paper Thin and Quack.
ये अपने रॉन्स्की
Thank you very much, Will. And he's right. It really comes down to how well they adjust. But that's the thing, I think. It reminds me of this Bruce Lee quote, right? Like, be water. Empty your mind.
Yes,
That's what it is. You gotta
yeah.
be formless, be shapeless. You put water in a cup, it becomes a cup, and that's kind of how Paper X are playing. But that's the thing also. If water can flow, it can also crash.
Yeah.
That's the duality. Sometimes we see it work, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, and it mostly flows downhill, right? And that's when they're at their best, when they're like a waterfall, when they're torrential, like a downpour, right? They're coming at you. And that's what has made Paper X so good. And on this map, the last time against T1,
क्या prediction लग
I
रहा
mean,
है?
it wasn't even close. 13-3 in terms of rounds. And I mean, Forsaken on that KJ at that time was all over the map.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
something that I think, for GE, they have to be very aware of, because that disruptive presence that Forsaken had,
ऐसा लग
just
रहा है
these
मुझे
lurks, getting all the
but
way in the
हारेगी
water,
भी
even, at times
थोड़ा
going underneath the noses of T1, is something that GE has to be aware of here, especially on this attacker side, to start out, is that Forsaken not afraid to push space as a killjoy, even without that sort of conventional utility that maybe lurkers have, like sentinels and controllers, or a lot of times the lurkers.
अच्छा
But
मुझे लगा ये
PJ
इतना
is
जल्दी
usually more
लर्क कर
like
गया
kind of holding flanks,
वॉक
being
ये
set
सारा
back,
मिक्स से क्यों कर रहे हैं
absolutely push space. Now, this could be decently free. Aaron might go for one with the frenzy, but as good as he is with the frenzies, this time around, a little bit too difficult to find much value.
Definitely is. I mean, you have to respect the fact that something's pushing with the shorty. Almost as if this was 2021 Valorant, but back into it we go. They already have the spike down. They have full control, and they just need to watch these angles towards defender spawn, towards the back of the ramp. They're watching it. They've got Mind Freak peeking and
Easy.
freaking out of nowhere, along with Forsaken as well.
Easy
up by
खाया
the pillar,
मुझे पता
and that leaves 2 players remaining. Aaron and Bassi trying to do what they can, but it's going to be really, really tough. Going for individual duels will not favor you this time, and Aaron might have frenzy, but put down an alarm bot too, and that gives away his position.
Yeah, he's just looking for some value out of this round. He's gonna die no matter what. Okay, he's got the one against the shorty, the long-range shorty. A little bit wanting there from
सब
something,
जाएंगे
but
एक ही जाएंगे
I mean, yeah. Look, we've all been there. We've all tried it. We all are
Yep,
just
yep,
like,
yep.
maybe this time the shorty bullet spread will
Peachios.
give me, random, very lucky spread. But
ब्रो ये क्या किल लिया इसने
Choke attachment on that thing.
yeah,
It's
right.
not gonna
Exactly.
work.
Yeah. There's no helping the shorty. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, that's why, all right, it's still a fast take. It's a fast approach, and GE tried to wrap around back. Didn't quite work out. Paper X takes the pistol.
I mean, the reinforcements on that flank from Paper X was great. I mean, they had it covered. They had it identified. The utility just not able to break it open, and great shots with those ghosts. Just lock it down here. And now they're going to go immediately over to the other side. Now look at this push out
ये
in the mid.
फिर से लर्क
Or the
कर
side
रहे
of
हैं
GE.
dude,
They have
नहीं
a 4-man coming through. Batsy on the site there, just kind of getting the info that it's
Okay.
going to be happening. But he's backing off, so
We're giving.
they don't know where this is going. GE is still kind of trying to figure out if there's anybody around, if there's anything going on. And in fact, a Trailblazer to check there, so good awareness from Divide that could be happening. Now, Jing here has an opportunity to do some real damage. Oh, only gets one.
This is interesting because you can clearly see that Global has a different objective this round. They're not necessarily looking to win it out. In fact, maybe they get a pick, they do a little bit of economical damage, it's good enough. Still, though, those trades, those duels will favor Paper X in these situations, especially when the scenario has been read. All 4 stacked up together, up by main right now. And, well, exit frags? What?
Yeah, I mean, you're just playing now to exit frags and then die to the spike here. Okay, they did get one, so Monyet, with that Spectre, is just going to opt to... I was going to say, Monyet, is he going to die? Yeah, they're all going to
they
go
had
down.
to.
I thought maybe...
I don't know. I don't think they picked up anything huge.
There was just a
perhaps.
Spectre,
Exactly.
maybe somebody's like...
That's why I think it's a big
cut
point
funds,
too.
but yeah.
Because talking about cutting funds, Forsaken was saving funds. He only had a ghost that round. So I feel like Paper X are starting to kind of adapt to how Global plays the eco rounds after a pistol has been lost. So it's,
Yeah, look at the buy that they're able to put together here.
this could be a bonus win for Paper X.
Yeah, something still had that Vandal that he's able to carry over. He's the only one with half armor, a Bulldog for Mind Freak, so the economic situation here for Paper X is great. They've still got a decent amount in the bank too, so certainly this is a huge round for GE if they're going to stabilize and keep this half from sliding in the wrong direction very quickly.
It comes down to how well they can receive this B-side push. Surely they hear the footsteps. Jing, wow, hot hands line up that blocks off defender spawn. And something with the dueling potential, he managed to get so much damage. Jing, value from the run it back. SK, Rossi, hiding up by screens. He goes unchecked. This is devastating. Monyet, Aaron, they all arrive on time. The cavalry is here. And Global are starting to push back the force as Jing is the only one left.
And there's no way that he duels himself out of this one. A minute left on the clock, perhaps.
My emotions were
We're being tugged.
I was on an absolute roller coaster watching Rossi. I'm like, no, he's going to kill your teammate. No, wait, okay, just let them all go by. Okay, that spray's a little bit off. Okay, oh, it's all good, it's fine. It was like I was all over the place. I mean, that was just great trigger discipline from Rossi. It was a little bit risky, but it paid off. And you got to check that corner. I see that way too much time in Pacific. That corner is not checked.
30
Way
seconds
too
left.
Happened before with like DFM, Zeta. But here, this is where it counts the most. They have a goodbye. Jing's trying to play it safe, maybe looking for a save this time. Global going over to check up the A site. And I mean, you're
10
absolutely right
seconds
again.
left.
It's these tiny little things that kind of cause the downfall of Paper X. Meanwhile, Global, SK Rossi, just a fantastic positional play, the trigger discipline to allow Jing to go through. They had no idea that he was in that corner.
Yeah, and even though you lose Wrongski and Batsy to it, you know, at the end, the result is good. And that could have very quickly gone the wrong way if, you know, Paper X has one of their classic reactions where they just, you know, flick on you and get the headshot and kill you. But it didn't happen this time. And so therefore, Rossi's able to provide a ton of value here. You know, and then Aaron and the others step in and start doing some damage as well. So that's a good round for GE. And Paper X just, you know, that hopefully should be something that doesn't happen again, right? Or you miss that corner. There's a couple others on this map that sometimes people don't check. I doubt that we will see that. But again, the money here for the side of Paper X was good enough, especially with the Vandal being saved by Jing, that they're able to string together mostly another buy. There's a little bit of half armors and a Bulldog floating, but, you know, again, so far, careful now. Nothing super crazy here from Paper Rex. They're going to try to push space. That is such a good hot edge. But the reaction there with the grab well, so good.
And then the follow-up reaction from Bazzi. Jing makes it a trade, and the Mind Freak arrives on time. They managed to turn the situation around. We're back even. Bazzi exploring water, but Paper X really just looking to push down and collapse on towards the B site. Ronsky has to anchor. Bazzi up on top of Heaven. They try to push him back with the fragment, but Gravity Well will suck Ronsky back in towards Elbow. He's just waiting for the right time to peek out and push. He will be able to find the first one, maybe the second, but now no idea that Jing's behind. Something going off with more frags. Goes in with a tailwind just to close out the distance. Doesn't quite hear the tap, but now it goes through. He will be able to pick up Jing, evening out the odds. We're down to a 1-on-1. Something, only an updraft. 77 HP. The headshots have to count.
Aaron here has to check a bunch of angles. There's a lot of places that something could have hit into. You know, he could be in back sight. He could be
elbow
here in Link. Yeah, he could be an elbow. He could be back by pillar. I mean, there's so many different places that Aaron has to worry about.
Spike is ticking. It's going. We've got about maybe 10 seconds left or something, but something will find that headshot with the angle that he's held.
ये राउंड निकालना खाबे अच्छा पिक हुआ फिर भी.
We start to see some of these individual performances, but what I really liked was that hot hands from Jing.
Yeah, no, the hot hands is great, and the reaction from Munyet is just as good with that gravity well. Able to find two, but then, you know, the trades are there for Paper X. That gives them enough space that they can push towards the site, and then something win some huge duels. Wrongski there re-peaked on something. I think that was a little bit ambitious. Not because it's something or anything like that. It's because he could have bought more time to wait for some reinforcements to come there to bail out a little bit. Plus, he did have a player, like you mentioned, coming through the flank on the back of site in Hall. And you know, one way or another, if he checks that Hall push, Paper Rex just mowing him down.
We're talking about chaos, fighting with chaos. This is Southeast Asian Valorant. We push into each other all the time. We might not check some off angles, but we will be able to recover. Paper Rex, 5-1 now. I'm 4-1.
I blinked. Oh no. I missed it. No, but I mean, again, going back to the previous round, because that round was an eco for GE, so there's not much to talk about there other than they got, you know, red and run over. But it's just little things. Like, my eyes are really on, you know, Wrongski and Batsy here. So the reason being is that those are the two big differences in the agent comps, you know. And Batsy has been so good on the Sky. And here on the Fade, he hasn't had as much impact. I haven't seen, you know, those prowlers, a little bit with the haunt there that kind of gave Rossi some information on Jing's push, kind of maybe allow Rossi to make a better decision if he was going to pull the trigger or not in that spot. So that did have some impact, but overall I haven't seen that same level of just impeccable timing with the flashes, the Trailblazers that get information and gain space, those kind of things.
Yes.
I don't feel like have as much impact with the Fade on this map, and I haven't seen the combo
That's
kind
right.
of warrant switching to the Fade instead of a Sky here.
Because when you're playing with a Fade, you're really looking for combinations with some smokes perhaps, so you get vision through them, and you're going for information. Whereas when you have a Sky, and this perfect Korean flash and dash that we've seen so many times today, it's not really here on Pearl. The map is a lot longer, a lot bigger, there are so many more spaces that you need to cover. I can see why they want to go in for more information, but then again, you lose a little bit of that attacking power that sets up SK Rossi. So 1-4 right now.
And I think this map is just so big as well. I feel like Sky, with the range of the utility, has a little bit more impact for the most part. But okay, well, up and over.
You can do that. Doesn't quite find anything though. Certainly.
Was it Meteor was the first one that I remember see doing that, I think?
Certainly makes Global a little bit nervous though. But with the positions that they're holding, look at how defensive it all is. Playing for time, classic tactics, pushback Paper X, lockdown committed.
I mean, Batsy,
we're reassessing our options.
Like you were talking about, using that utility to check towards mid. He hasn't got any confirmations off of those haunts or the prowlers, so he's just backing towards B. If they haven't gotten any contact anywhere else, GE's making a decent gamble, but it's something with the opening and another with the blades. He cannot do anything wrong with those.
And along with a run it back too, but once more, it's going to be Monyet. Aaron, they are able to anchor down the side. Something going in forward with this, but wow, he's dancing over with this. His teammates have saved his life. Off a little bit of crazy mouse movement, we have SK Rossi, the lone survivor with an operator, something he surely wants to hold on to.
I mean, this is read pretty well by GE. They use that lockdown. They use the fact that there's no other information gained off of the utility or contact on the other side of the map, that they're like, okay, we know this is a B hit. We're gonna, overstack it. It's basically a 4-1, and they still lose because something's just that good. Now you are gonna get the kill onto Forsaken from Rossi. See if you can maybe find another kill or two, but at the end of the day, this is all just hoping to, find as much value as possible while not dropping this op. But he got the kill with patience. He dashed in.
All right. Just a little bit more, but of course the round still handed over to Paper X and Devi. They're back up his teammates in their time of need.
I'm not so sure about that one, Rossi. You've been playing great today, but
you want to save it.
Yes, the dash there was a little ambitious. Overall, though, this is just, something. He's so good at these entries. He causes so much chaos. He's so fast, even when he's just dancing, like you were saying. He causes problems for the opponent. Absolutely, the PRX fans should be thrilled. This guy is incredible. Individually, the skill is there, and now it's all starting to come together for Paper X, and GE has to turn it around here sooner rather than later. I mean, they've got Rossi with the blades. Maybe he could try to do his best something impression. But surely they know it's coming. Oh, they're ready.
वो ये ट्रिपल पिक क्यों ले रहा है?
The X Factor, Paper X. Now switching things up, holding aggressions, and he's able.
गई बे अब कमबैक होगा मुश्किल है.
Livestream does not work out now from here on out. It's just a simple push over to the B side. Let's get the spike down. We know where they're hiding.
Look at something. He's just gonna tail this Seeker. So good.
Oh, back to the shorty. Oh my God, Bazzi. Don't let that happen. Of course, they all surround him, but antics from Paper X once more.
Yeah, well, it doesn't hurt Paper X much. Their economy's doing pretty decent, so they can afford to get a little bit spicy. They're allowed to push the space and throw a gun or two over. It's not a big deal.
But they're very much in control of this map so far with the way that they're playing.
यार ये फिर से वन साइड के जा रहा है.
This was left as the decider. And Paper X decided to start out on attack, and I feel like that's a very conscious choice, a conscious effort to really put question marks in GE's mind.
I mean, our best teams in Pacific, they like to start on attack on most maps. That's generally the case for DRX, Paper X. Like most maps, they want to set the tempo. They want to come out swinging. They want to punch you in the mouth. It's that old Mike Tyson quote. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Oh yes.
And
no plan survives contact with the enemy.
Exactly, and that's where these teams excel, is when they're the ones setting the tempo. Okay.
Timing
Set a
key.
bit of our own tempo as well with an aggressive position up. something that wasn't quite expected. A sudden push by SK Rossi too. Be a bit of a re-peek, but he still wins away, and that buys enough time. He's lost enough players that Paper X will slow down their advances. Oh, he's gonna re-peek it again.
He should. He's got an opportunity to, you know, if that was re-aggressed by Jing there to drop the spike and, you know, then
Good
it's
timing,
almost
dude.
like 100% round over at that point. But it's a good rotation from Paper Rex, at least finding some open space, finding the potential. I mean, if they can get, you know, if they can get a kill here, if they can get a pick, they might be able to get the plant down at the very least. But that turret, great placement by Aaron. Really reading the rotation.
Because that's what it's dependent on. You have to find that pick, but how do you do it when that much utility is up against you? Along with Monyet playing
Nice
plant
round.
range. A simple burst.
Nice.
That's gonna be
GE
Global in their
fighting,
second
guys.
round.
GE
Yeah, I mean,
fighting.
this is just kind of global. Getting that
We
early
can do
start.
this.
This is something that really killed
We
the
can
Monyet.
win this.
You know, almost nobody was positive on first kills versus first gas. They were losing point of contact early often. This time around they don't. Batsy is good for one, and then Rossi stepping up huge there at A-Long, finding those two big kills, getting a ton of value. And now Paper Rex, the money, you know, starts to get a little bit dicey. They still have enough for another round for sure. Wrongski's got his ult though. Batsy's got his ult. Monyet has his. I mean, Forsaken and Mindfreak have theirs. So
Yes.
let's see if there can be some good utilization of these ultimates.
I mean, if anything, I think Global has retake potential in this round, but Rossi is trying to discourage them from pushing forward first. It's a duel between the Jets, and SK Rossi will be
King var
pushed
miss
back.
geldi Rossi.
The way that something ducks in and out of cover. Off the Nebula, though, and his team is here to back him up. Rossi might have a bit of vision trying to thread that needle.
Dude, the way that something moves himself, his movement is so crisp here. He completely avoids Rossi's sight lines, baits out a ton of those shots, offers up such narrow margins that, you know, Rossi has to hit incredible shots, and just as good as he is, he couldn't quite find him. That's just great play there from something.
He's no longer nervous, I think. Because you have to recognize that SK Rossi's on and off. He only has one shot.
And look at that flash to check on the other side of the Cosmic Divide to know that it's safe. They're going to use the Trailblazer to confirm that nobody's right around the corner. Wrongski's going to push it anyway.
Oh!
He gets two!
And all of a sudden, the retake, the push comes through. And when push comes to shove, it's going to be SK Rossi finding one frag. Maybe a little bit of a detain, but that's going to be enough. And now Paper X gets the spike down. 2 on 4. How do they hold this? Mindfreak, what is this push? He's gonna get punished for it, and that leaves a Vi alone, cold, back up by Halls. SK Rossi peeks in. Might have lost his head, but this is big information for Global. Surely they know how to collapse in on him together as a team. Aaron just holds the angle, gets the headshot, and Global will find the third win.
Oh, this is so well played by Wrongski here. He finds a perfect timing.
Nice.
So much utility is used by Paper Rex, by Divide, to check on both sides of the Cosmic Divide to make sure they can get there, get the plant down. And Wrongski just waits for the perfect moment to strike right as they're pushing in, right as they think it's safe. He's nestled himself in that corner. And that's just phenomenal play from Wrongski. I mean, you can see why he is a KO specialist. He has great senses, great timings there. And that's a huge round for Global. And a response immediately from Paper X here. Timeout.
And I think that's that supplement for Batsy Sky. You know?
Yeah, it is.
Wronsky has to be the one to set those up, and Batsy will be the one to get information instead. And that's how Global tends to operate, I think. Because while we're seeing some teams play agents with more like map specialists, and we'll have
GE
some
fighting guy.
on the map,
एक
Global
GE के
kind of
लिए
goes in based off
TRX
of
के
the
लिए
agents
गोंगो
and
है.
the roles that they want their team to have. And that's when we see Wronsky getting subbed in,
This is fucked.
and it works out well in the rounds that they work out.
Yeah, I mean, he had one shaky map on his very first game, on his very first one on stage,
4 बज गए ना.
talking to the team behind the scenes, they just said, there was some things going on. He was a little bit nervous. May have been some technical issues going on there, and things like that. But so a lot of mental things, mostly, right, for Wrongski, that very first one, just getting that experience. And since then, he's been much better. He's been playing a lot more consistent. Yeah, he's only 4 and 9, but a play like that could be a pivot point in this map, in this series. And so that's why you bring him in. Hopefully he can continue to have some more impact as we go forward. I still haven't seen Forsaken really get aggressive yet on that.
Hasn't been able.
ये बहुत आगे खेल का है बे.
And I think that's what's great about Global's positioning. We're seeing
Damage,
little bits of contest where they're able to take Jing
हल्के भाई उसके.
because of SK Rossi's top. And at the same time, utility just to prevent Forsaken from getting lurks.
They don't want to let him pop this, run it back right away either. They were hoping to maybe catch him. They can't do it, so he's still able to get it through. Trying to push here. Got the kill. Huge for Jing.
Big value again, but SK Rossi still very much alive and has the angle. So that's going to be the Blaze wall set up, allowing for Paper X to perhaps get through. But look at how they're toying back and forth with this map plays. You've got players looking up over by mid to catch any rotations. Meanwhile, just carefully getting the spike down on A.
Yeah, they've got firm control over a lot of this map. It's Aaron's lurk here that's going to be potentially really important for GE. You know, Rossi wants to kick the door down for his team. Let's see, there is that cosmic divide now for GE.
And that's going to give them a little bit more space. Devi still hiding inside of the Nebula though, but no! Wrong angle.
Oh my God.
That's all going to come down to Devi with the Phantom where he doesn't quite have the ammo
Nice,
capacity. He's going to continue getting the spray transfer. Aaron with the triple will be able to find the 4th win now for Global. That's 3 rounds in a row for this team.
I thought Devi was just going to spray through the smoke there. He saw the player go in, maybe. I'm not exactly sure if he was expecting, you know, somebody to swing on the outside of the smoke or something, but
I don't know.
I thought he could have just held that spray down, potentially gotten that kill and been ready for that follow-up a little bit faster, but this lurk from Aaron, key to this round. He comes in, backstabs him. I mean, look at this. I think he still got the, you know, 1 of the 2, but I think he might have been able to finish that 3rd kill before they had the opportunity to
Come back, guys.
Tough to say. I think it's one of those little, wow, again, micro decisions that really make it or break it in those moments. But like you said, Paper Thin, it's that lurk from Aaron, the timing of it. But what? Again, something, a sudden peek. A little bit of an over peek from Aaron, perhaps, but all it takes is 1 click.
क्यों ये pick
and
कर
all of
रहे
a
हैं?
sudden, the entire B site is open. Ronsky gone. Bazzi is here, but he can't do much on his own.
Yeah, I mean, this guy with Blades is a different player. Batsy able to get 1 before something shuts him right out. And now, something potentially could get an ace here. He's got 3 already.
Oh my God. We're still not done yet. We're only pushing through, but there it is. The ace denied, but still, it's the angles that are really being held. We've taken out yet another threat, and that was SK Rossi. We know where Monyet is, and they are blocking off every single one of these entrances.
I mean, the confidence for something just goes through the roof with those blades in hand. He's so accurate. He's so pinpoint that it just feels like he never misses. The crosshair placement, near immaculate every time. I mean, he has to switch to the gun there to get the follow-up, but you know, he loves those blades. I think he'd rather have blades than most guns.
Pinpoint accuracy. Sorry, we're not gonna say that word.
Yeah, I heard some interesting words in that one.
Facts. All right, we're having fun. Paper X now. Back to a bit of a default, just holding some angles. It is the last round of the first half, so we don't want Global to surprise us.
Yeah, last time we saw, you know, when Aaron had his lockdown, he got pretty aggressive with it, you know, but this time he's sitting way back.
Okay.
In the back of A, looking for maybe...
Heard that Prowler.
Yeah, kind of a, you know, play off his own utility there. He's got the turret. He's got the alarm bot. It's just Jing, though. Jing trying to sell a fake, it looks like.
We did the previous round, and Jing has to make more noise in order to pull off this fake, but I don't think Global are biting. SK Rossi has the operator. He wants to make this one count. He will. Mindfreak's gone. Your controller unavailable. It's going to be afforded with the Blade Storm now, and a little bit more potential to repeat. Jumps over. Forces something to spend that tailwind. Seekers just allow them to maybe push through, but it's been blocked off. How do you deliver the spike at this point? Monyet's covering off mid. There's only one approach, and Global are fully aware of what to do. Something is trying to break them off, though. Break them down. Bring them to their knees. He's gotten the lockdown off. 2 on 2.
And we've got Ronsky from the back as well. Just narrowly missed him. He saw him.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds, and surely HyperX goes in for the spike plant. They're committing to this,
Spike planted.
and we're just waiting for the best possible timing. He's been spotted. Pulled out the utility. That's Ronsky gone. SK Rossi now. Can you be the one to make it happen? The hopes and dreams of Global and Mumbai, but Davai will be the nightmare.
Yeah, this is just really well held down, and something is going absolutely monstrous, particularly in these last couple rounds. With 17, 8, and 4 right now for him is
Timing.
phenomenal. And even though SK Rossi able to find some value with those blades, with that op, it's this play right here that makes all the difference. And Aaron just kind of gave away his position a little bit early, allowed that slight adjustment in the angle for something to be that much easier. And then he's able to bully Rossi back, get the lockdown cleared out. And that's what basically wins them the round. Without that play from something, that is likely a GE win, or at least more likely a GE win. So that's huge, and that's what you brought this player in for. This superstar duelist who's been, floating around the Japan region, dominating players in Japan for a long time. And you can see that the #1 player on the Asia-ranked server at times. I don't know if he currently is or not, but I know he was not too long ago. And you can see why.
He is that magic X factor for HyperX right now. It's such an interesting little micro play. Hearing the updraft, maybe that's what baited Aaron into peeking, and that's how he finds these frags. And of course, a lot of Jing fans in the crowd, but this is now HyperX at an 8-4. Like the desk was talking about at the start of today, it's eat or be eaten right now. Global has to come back, because if they don't, their standings are going to be down to 1 win, 4 losses.
No doubt. It is concerning for GE and their fans. If you lose this, you're not out of it yet. You can just sort of hold back and say, okay, well, we can still string together some more wins. There's still a world where we can make playoffs. But this win, if they could have gotten it, would have been really, really nice. And just a Jing, play well.
Again, speaking of him, right? It's these hot hands that we're seeing on the attacking side. They have clear lineups for that Molly to just drop off in certain spots to clear out positions, or maybe even block off potential pushes.
I've seen some really good nanostorms from Forsaken, like clearing out Link near the edge of B site. Yeah.
So the question begs, for Global side, what can we expect from them? I hope to see fragment lineups from Ronsky, and again, like you mentioned before, Bazzi with this agent choice of Faye. Surely it gives them a little bit more information on their attacking side, because that's where we've seen them perform a little bit better so far today.
Yeah, the other concerning thing for me for GE is that when they took this map away from Zeta the last time they played it, it was their defender side that was the much more impressive side. This time around, their defender side was lacking. Their attacker side was kind of whatever. The map ended pretty fast. Jing there getting the push out. Rossi fast on this.
They're trying to pinch them in. A bit of a pincer maneuver, but of course A-main has been backed off completely, and it's just Global controlling the middle ground.
They read this.
Oh, a great gravity well, but not connecting the spray. Monyet down to 4 HP, and it's just these microaggressions to give Global Esports the numbers they need to overwhelm HyperX's defenses.
It's a great call here from Aaron, recognizing that they can rotate back, that they've been able to pull HyperX away.
Okay, but Divine trying to hold it down on his own. The classic still deadly. And then the spike getting tapped by Ronsky, but it's just a bait. Bait out the peaks. Forsaken trying to slip in through. Not going to be able to close in the distance. He's lost that initiative. And now it's up to these teams, these players, to hold all the angles. That was almost like a triple crossfire. You had one on A main, one on
comeback होगा.
And the last one on the
लिख के ले लो comeback होगा.
Yeah, this is, GE just doing a great job pushing and pulling the map. The fact that they survived this gravity well, is, I think Mind Freak there just kind of got
even
a
with
little bit
bait.
over-ambitious. Yeah, that's
lots of tug of war on the map, if anything, paper thin.
yeah. It's hard to to deal with like the way that GE plays these pistols because they're so confident on them. They read the maps really well. They have great timings. Now something is going to sneak that Marshall in. Devi has a shorty in hand, holding in the back hall.
Swish. Yeah. Forsaken and Jing as well. Two classics right in their faces.
Oh
the flash comes out, but oh no. Not quite landing it. It's going to be Global standing their ground firmly.
Oh, nice.
And this is very possibly a flawless round win for Global Monyet. B hopping towards the back of halls. There is the shorty kill that we're expecting to see. Mindfreak trying to find some right clicks, but not today. Flawless win
Nice.
for Global.
Sorry, it's just the
The B hops.
yeah, the B hops with the shorty. There's nothing better. It's just
I'm just hearing
all
like,
those yeah, the malding. I can hear it from.
running around at the speed, and then like it just goes in. Boom.
Dude, yeah, like the Sonics too. Yeah. But like I can just hear people like Achilleos malding.
One more round,
The
baby.
dishonest gaming that was displayed there. Whereas me, I'm having fun with it.
from the desk.
Yeah,
We're
I
having
can hear
fun
it.
with this.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it.
This is great Valorant. I don't care who wins or loses anymore. Global looking great with a recovery at the start of the second half. PaperX trying to play off some positions. A bit of a crossfire setup towards B-Link, but Global are respecting the space. They're anticipating some pushes from PaperX, but as we've seen so far, at least today or from the previous map, they're no longer just blindly, aggressively pushing out.
Yeah, this is very, very disciplined. Aaron really likes to try to get as much information as he can before he starts making pushes. They have to check the box here at long just to see if anybody's there. They're going to use that Prowler to gain a little space. Something's going to push off of it. Devi as well gets a kill on the other side of the map.
Here comes the push down on towards A main. Something's going to reposition, trying to find the space through the smoke. He will be able to find one, swapping to the sidearm, but it's not going to happen. Bazzi continuing to push forward. They don't want to plant the spike too early, knowing that PaperX just might be around the corner. The timing is crucial for this team right now. Ronsky striking from behind, but down to 7 HP. Shoulder exposed, and Jing, single shot to the body block. That's going to be PaperX getting off the third round win on the second half.
But still a ton of damage done here by GE. This is a
Nice
relatively successful round. I love the way that they get aggressive towards Secret. They just start pushing right into the back of the map. Devi here, a good hold against Rossi, but that kind of bought just enough space and time that they're able to get this job done. I mean, the defenses were pretty strong. Still, PaperX able to, in the long run, you can see Jing there with a little bit of a sigh of relief. It was on a knife's edge for a moment there, for sure.
But again, I mean, these performances from all players so far, especially Something and Jing, this duo right now. Look at how these hot hands push them off. He's claiming those ult orbs. 1 point away from a run it back, and that's going to be big value in the second half. Something. Narrowly getting away by an inch of by a hair.
No damage even done there.
I mean, it's just to gain information now. Leapfrogging forward, leapfrogging backward. A bit of a guiding light to ensure that nobody's really on site just yet. Devi on the other side of those boxes. Timing of peeking is really crucial because what they really want to do is prevent them from going forward. But look at that Nova Pulse. Forsaken a quick triple, but Global not backing down. Monyet versus Mindfreak again. Both M controllers.
What
Where
just
could
happened?
Monyet be?
What just happened in there?
You blinked and you missed it, buddy.
I gotta stop blinking.
Monyet.
This is tough, man.
Mindfreak's waiting for the spike tag.
This is this is much more difficult for Monyet.
30 seconds left.
He has a lot more to work with. Trying to see if it's not the bait. Oh, he looked it the wrong way. Mindfreak gets it. Unbelievable.
You have no idea where to look.
The timing, again, it's so much harder for Monyet there. It just is so much harder.
You can't out-mind game the Mind Freak.
Well played, Jay.
That's true.
He tried to bait out peek. He tapped the spike. He put down the nebula. Mind Freak just waited like, all right, 1, 2,
Somewhere, Chris Angel just smiled and nodded. He doesn't even know what's going on. He doesn't even know what Valorant is. But
it's like,
Yeah.
I feel happy today. 6-10 now. Global, again, looking to find their win, back into it, but a sudden bit of aggression, and it's the same set play on towards A main. Someone could pick up that Halt Orb. Jing has to run it back, and that's why he's pushing forward. Doesn't even care because it's just information. Might have seen them peeking back out as his run it back expired.
That's a great little play. Oh, Monyet there, but Forsaken again. Good for 2. Oh! Huge play from Jing on the other side, dude. He was phenomenal that round. Just pushing that map so aggressively, and now Paper X, the confidence flowing, the rounds. I mean, this is almost over. It looks like it's 11-6, and GE needs to dig deep, and it's going to be a timeout to try to find that energy, to try to find that strength.
I don't know if they can make it happen. They have to. Again, eat or be eaten. But when Paper Rex are feeling themselves like this, how? They look unstoppable. The only one who've really stopped them so far, maybe Team Secret, maybe DRX, but this is peak performance now.
Well,
they
DRX
are flowing like water.
DRX is
on a different level. Yes.
They are the team that, you know, I was talking with Binbon after we did our little, you know, our segment where we ranked the teams. Yeah, he saw that and he goes, yeah, you know, DRX S, and then we're talking about it. I'm like, well, DRX actually SS.
SS.
DRX is actually SS.
Are we like SSS smoking?
Yeah, exactly, man.
Stylish.
This is like, they are on another level for sure. And you know, Paper X talks a lot about the fact that DRX just has their number. They've said that
they're their kryptonite,
that
exactly.
they can't beat them, you know, in any respect, whether it be on stage or off. And it's tough. I mean, that's most of the teams in Pacific. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Right now, it's hard. And, you know, you're seeing this in a lot of the other regions, too, where there is clearly a separation of teams.
Right now, we want to see global esports close in on that gap between them and Paper Rex. And we saw it so much so on Icebox. Can they do it again back on Pearl? After this timeout, called by Eraser, they're trying to fight back towards A main. SK Rossi peeking into it, but something is just too damn good.
He's incredible. I mean, this double push here, even though Jing gets caught with his pants down a little bit there, it doesn't matter. Something's just right there for the follow-up. And yes, it is a lower buy for GE. Some Spectres, some Stingers, and that kind of thing, but still, you know, now you're going to even invest the Seekers. You have all kinds of ults, but Monyet, wow, that was fast. Oh my God. Not like this. Oh.
Spike down A.
Few guns now. Something versus Monyet.
One enemy remaining.
Might have a little bit, but not against Forsaken, who's just holding the angle up by heart. Passy answers back, and we're down to the one-on-one. Not sure where something is. Collecting on that 4th frag. But such an incredible eco round from Global. Match point, though.
Now, this is it. This is either 6 rounds in a row for GE and we go to overtime, or at some point before then, it will be Paper X winning the match. And I mean, this is something here, just reading these positions so well. That initial push with Jing really well set up, and he's able to catch Batsy a little bit off guard on that angle. Man, Monyet, those Sheriff shots were pretty good.
They were good, but I have to level with you, Paper Thin. This has been 3 rounds now that we've seen Global continue to try to contest A main, and every time Paper X, Jing, something, they are able to push them off.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Jing there. That Phoenix utility really suits itself to those angles. You know, the way that you can throw those curveballs.
Face your fear.
Okay, that's why we're going back towards the B side. The Nightfall, maybe trying to get some value off of it, but Cosmic Divide, I don't know if that's going to work out against them.
The lockdown in the back, though.
Peaks might be so crucial, but yes, the lockdown at the back gives them a little bit more cover. Global still have full control, though, because this is a split push now. They have B-Link control. They have Forsaken surrounded, but he still makes a shot anyway. Spike Karen killed, 50 seconds left, and they will be able to get that Spike down.
Paper Rex is cooking on the back of that lockdown. They try to push the angles, and it's going to be Batsy to get the final kill onto something. That was pretty interesting from Paper Rex, because they're like, we're going to throw a lockdown, but we're not going to play it like safe. We're just going to hit the edges towards B-Link and towards Pillar, and we're just going to try to push the space, and GE is thoroughly ready for it. It does not fool them at all this time. The WK Gaming sometimes does catch teams and players off guard, but not in this round. So GE, they're focused. You can see Batsy, he looks pretty keyed in right now. He really wants to turn this around. Of course they do. GE knows what's at stake. Now they've got a lockdown Blade Storm of their own.
5 rounds is not impossible.
Blades v Blades.
Does have Blades, but this is a very different angle. What? Woo! Still
He's
able
nuts.
to updraft
Just
twice.
Don't leave this man when he's got blades in his hands, observers. Just stay on him.
He knifed the 0 point. And now he's looking to go back in, but they will spray him through the nebula.
I cursed him. My B.
And here comes SK Rossi. Clinton, you have cursed Paper Rex in this very round. They are out of firepower. If anything, maybe Jing coming from the back of B Long now. But guess what? Killjoy utility be damned. It's all over the place. And he still managed to make it work.
No
Is
way!
this it? Jing! And Mindfreak is the one to do it up from the top of heaven. Paper Rex. 13-7 ends this best of 3.
Well, the Jing fans certainly got what they wanted. There's tons of them here in the audience. Tons of them all over the world, certainly. And that right there was a great play. Clean with that Vandal. Does a ton of damage. It was an eco round mostly, but Jing's able to find that Vandal and put it to good use.
I'm thinking, like, how do you counter a team with that much dueling potential? It starts off with that linchpin that is something. Updrafts upwards, gets the first pick, and then a big push back, and then players to come from behind as well. Feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, once the confidence got flowing here for Paper Rex, once they went into kind of that normal mode, what we usually are used to seeing from them when they got back to having somebody like Devi who's in there, I think helps calling shots, even if it's very minimal sort of direction of traffic, it still needs to be there somewhat. And something has just a phenomenal map here. The entries from him were insane. Every time he has the blades in his hands, he's good for at least one. The value that he finds on these pushes, him and Jing, like you were talking about, locking down that long A hallway, with that Jing with that Phoenix utility is so good, and the way that the angles, again, it offers a lot of opportunity. Great usage of the hot hand, things like this that Jing does that nobody else in Pacific at the very least does with the Phoenix. I don't know if anybody else even plays it really.
No one, I don't think.
Yeah, and he's incredible. I mean, this last round was just absolutely nasty,
and this is why we love to watch
Hello
Paper
guys.
Rex. When they are feeling
मजा आया
themselves, when
देख के
these unorthodox picks really do work out.
अच्छा
This is
खेले
what we've all come to know and love. 5 first bloods on something. 4
पता है guys,
on
मुझे क्या
Jing.
लगता है
That's 9 first bloods in total. Global did put up a fantastic performance.
कि PRX
We saw an
हैगा
ace from Monyet. We saw moments of brilliance from Aaron with the
सिर्फ एक
calls,
को
but
चेंज किया
still,
और किसी को नहीं किया
there are
Firepower,
some
man.
gaps.
और
I mean, it's
इधर
tough. I mean,
रॉसी
especially
बार
on this
चेंज
map,
हुआ लाइटनिंग चेंज हुआ
because of
तो
your
उसकी
safety,
वजह से ना
you wanna
गेम
go out
मोमेंटम
there,
टूट
there
जाता
isn't really a place for texture here.
मुझे
I
ऐसा
think
लगता
that does hurt GE a lot. I mean, I think they're at their best when your Rossi texture and some combination are in there, in the equation. Texture in particular. I understand what they're thinking. Wrongski didn't play super bad or anything, but I think texture is just too good individually that you can't not have him in. He's just too consistent. You could see what he was able to do, particularly on Icebox, on that KJ. So maybe it's time to find a new way to work Pearl. Try to get texture in there. Try to see if you can bring some more firepower. If let's say, hopefully GE makes it to the playoffs, right? They might face this team.
नाइस अच्छा रहा आज का मैच दे आल्सो प्ले गुड आर्किम आल्सो प्ले वेल मजा आया ऐसे मैचेस होके ना तो मजा आते हैं चलो बढ़िया बढ़िया अब मिलके हैं आपको नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम पे कल है ना अभी और है मैचेस को आप देखो आप एंजॉय करो मैं चल का हूँ, मेरे एग्ज़ाम है, पढ़ाई करेंगे अपन, हैकिंग है। और घर वाले समझ रहे हो थोड़ा सीन हो जाएगा वरना। चलो मिलते हैं कल की स्ट्रीम पे। कब तक के लिए हैव अ ग्रेट डे, हैव अ ग्रेट नाइट, enjoy the life with your loved ones guys. Sayonara, sayonara, sayonara. मजाक कर रहा हूँ। चलो बाय बाय, गुड गेमिंग गाइस, एंजॉय, बाय।
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooters gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. Grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah.